everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thank you again. Thank you for becoming a member again. Hey, Patty, Church, Sasha, Jason, Mark. It's good to see everybody. Nicole, I'm sorry I changed the time again. Can we show our appreciation for school? Because I am losing my sanity over here. I am losing my sanity. It's going to be really hard for me to maintain a schedule this week. But I enjoy the time. How's everybody doing? I can't believe what is going on with all of this and the way that it is always the same characters involved is actually really annoying. Evil Queen, Summy, Johnny, ACC, the Wandering Sub, Cammy, Leo. Sorry, my son's mocking me in the background. We're gonna ship him on out of here. Hey, just for you, Karma and True Texan. I can't believe. Does it seem like it's every time the three of them go somewhere like this happens? So am I, church, and it's really a shame. It's a shame that it's even happening. Hey, goody two shoes, Mama, love and laundry. Hello, hello, titanium. It is disgusting, Nicole B. Matter of fact, I uploaded a video because I was proving a point that Dolly did fall asleep in his car. But I removed it. It just feels yucky, but it did happen. So basically, Jason, Sebastian Rogers disappeared. I'm sure you've heard of his name. And all of a sudden, JR goes out there for a search. And as he's there with over 7K people watching, they think they have a hit. So then it goes viral that, oh, they found Sebastian and the dog's head and, all of that. And then Dolly decides he's going to head on over. So now Dolly goes down there and right away he gets in an argument with the Cajun Navy, which is an actual organization that is trained and to do searches. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. So he gets in a bit of a back and forth with them. Allegedly, they were rude to him, blah, blah, blah. We'll go over it. Then JR gets offended because they're basically saying, listen, stand down. Give us 24 hours to get a plan, get an organization going, and please, no live streaming. Now, they're taking it that they're saying no live streaming, because they have things to hide and they don't want cameras on them and all that bullshit. But that's not what they said. They don't care if you have your camera. They're just asking not to live stream out of respect. What if they come across that child while live streaming? What if that was your loved one? So now, of course, Betty, the trio's not complete. The circus isn't in town unless Betty jumps on board. And I'll tell you what, I think Betty is the one that she made me contemplate if I even wanted to do this today because she gave me such a headache. Yeah, Nancy did say she wants to live stream but I mean, Nancy, really, enough said. You know what I mean? Hey, Paul, that's what they said. Go ahead, record, all that. Just, this way you can edit things out. And of course, Nancy was like, no, I don't want anything edited. So they're like using Nancy to, validate themselves. And it's like, it's not really that bad of an idea. I mean, again, look what just happened the other day because of the live stream. Queen Bella. Oh, thank you, Paul. I remember last time you came and questioned me. I'm glad you've came to that conclusion. Welcome to the good side, my friend. Yes, exactly. And now it's become all about them and not about Sebastian once again. So I do think that it was Betty that really had me the most angry because it had nothing to do with her. So apparently a lot of this took place through Facebook, so I'm not going to go there. I do want to point this out. I want to point out one part before I go over to what I want to show you guys about Dolly's search this morning. He did, a few live streams complaining, and then he does this search. And, his search is him driving about and cruising in the car. This is Dolly searching, guys. This part, I believe it was.
A lot of barns and farm animals out here. And this is coming up right behind that wood line. Remember I showed you that little...
Yeah, right here.
Live right here.
Now, I want everybody to remember, this is...
Somebody lives too good.
This is Dolly searching for a missing child, right? This is searching for a missing child. Listen here.
There. Somebody lives too good. All the way down at the end of a private road. And then look at that house up there. Can y'all see that? Yeah, somebody's living nice. This is where I like to live, right here.
I bet you would. He's not out of his car. He's not looking into any of these little tunnels over there. He's not looking into bushes. No. Nope, nope, nope. Right. That's all they meant. Dazed and confused this way. If we do come across something, it can be edited. It can be censored. That's all they were saying. Oh, yeah.
Ain't even lying. That's a nice house, too. Wow.
He was not being discreet.
That shit has a 4-car garage. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. Let's go.
No, you're right, Trouble. He can't.
Like, see, now we're starting to get to where there's a lot of old, abandoned-looking barns.
Right, he can't. That's exactly the point, right, Trouble? He can't. You know who can? So what is he doing? Woodward's going to see the shed. You're not going to look in the shed, right?
And this is, believe it or not, this is probably within 1 or 2 blocks from his house. His house is just technically right over there. So there's old barns, but most of this stuff is finished.
But you know, that's what we're here for. Right, looking at the real estate, I'd like to live there. And listen, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I've seen Dolly search more for his glasses and his phone than anything else. So some of these videos, Jace. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, here we are. Both Dolly and JR are throwing a hissy fit and talking trash about the Cajun Navy guys was over the top. If a one had behaved like that should be called a bitchy mega Karen's under the sun. I agree. Patty, thank you so much. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Searching for one brain cell. He's just giving a tour through the neighborhood. Yeah. Watching all these people drive by my house. Oh, Brittany. Ooh. So you're local to the area. So these are being done on Facebook because now, you know, now everybody's fighting against the Cajun Navy and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So Dolly claims that Cajun Navy was threatening to strike him, was threatening to take his videos down. Batgirl, pristine, what the crack. And that's not what was happening. Matter of fact, I searched, I know Tracy searched, and she's really good at research. And we looked and nobody could find that anywhere. What they did do was mock the fact that he couldn't spell Cajun right as he was defaming them. Putting handcuffs yesterday, I think that was just yellow. Was JR putting handcuffs? Or are we adding a little bit to the story? Fraud, I think you need to look into the Cajun Navy. So I'm going to get there, Paul. But I'm not quite there yet because I don't necessarily disagree. Hey, Winnie. I don't necessarily disagree. But what I do know is that to disparage them because they asked you not to live stream tells me far more about your intent on being there. And then to now say what their intentions are based on your own intentions is ridiculous. How do we say it? Ab Haley, welcome. Thank you so much, Patty. Smiley, language of horses, no handcuffs. Right? I didn't see handcuffs either. That's what but that's how we dramatize it, right? They put JR on handcuffs, and JR said the police came up and he was chummy with them. They were like, hey, and he had no problem. They had no problem. He shook their hands. Some of them followed the channel. Nothing about handcuffs. But that sells it a little bit better, doesn't it? They put JLR in handcuffs because he was trying to search. It just sounds better. It's a juicier story, if you will. They did call off the search today due to the rain. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here and show you guys a few things. So again, Dolly said they're calling to mass flag him. We looked, others looked, nobody could find anything about mass flagging. So I don't know about that. But I do know this video. And I just didn't like it. Now, when Dolly went on his one rape, he did feel the love. I have to say, with Dolly's one rape, he says that when he got there, the guy came up to him and said, "Who the F are you? Get the F out of here, blah, blah, blah." But the minute PJ called and said, "Hey, that's where media is setting up at the bowling alley," Dolly says, "Is that why he told me to come back after they're set up?" Well, that's a big change in tone from "get the F out of here," to "come back when we're done setting up." I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let me pull my stuff up.
Okay, hold on.
So I'm using Jones's stream because I don't have Facebook.
This one, here it is.
What's up, Facebook? Okay, I'm gonna see if anybody jumps in here. I usually don't stream on Facebook. We got a little situation going down in Nashville. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about it.
We'll get there,
So,
Nicole.
we have some people out here that's supposed to be searching for a small child, and people have been coming up to volunteer. They were really rude, really nasty.
Thank you, Mom.
Things of that nature. Okay, so
could you
I posted a
possibly
video
email
saying,
me,
"Hey,
Leo?
this looks like a big scam to me."
I'm going to link Jones's thing. Like I said, I don't have Facebook, or I go right to it. They have been removed from YouTube. Tragedy Pimps Exposed. I'll be using some of your videos. I linked you in the description. Great videos. If you are a YouTube creator, I suggest you get rid of your Facebook, shut it down, private it, do what you got to do, because people stalk you. Oh, Leah, I was just typing it out instead of saying it. I don't know why, but would you be able to possibly email me the what you're talking about that you found? Hey, Hakob. Bogus if cropped. Oh, I agree. 2018, when Cajun Navy came to Florida when the hurricane hit us, they made huge donations. It was rude as hell to us here. They made huge. So there's several branches. And you can even hear the guy over when he's on Nancy Grace. He says as much. He goes, "Listen, there's several different Cajun Navies out here. We are legitimate. We are the OG. We're the originals." That's what I think is coming down to, Pro. And I do think things are getting jumbled. I will say, though, I am confident in JLR's confidence.
I don't see anybody out here searching for these kids. And like today, they called off the search. Okay, it's barely sprinkling out. So it's raining now. It's raining a little bit now.
But now I want to acknowledge what he just said there. Hey, Damaris, I don't see anybody out there searching for the kid, right? As he's sitting inside, he's not searching either. And I think that's where it gets annoying. Hey, Chica, not only that, but we're a month in. We're a month in to Sebastian disappearing that night. We're not talking about we're 4 days, 3 days, we're a month in. How much boots on the ground action are you still expecting at this time? How much, what are you doing basically?
But still, I'm going to be out there searching today. But these people literally copied my video and they're tagging it on Twitter, trying to get Twitter to kick me off of YouTube because I said they're not searching for this kid.
Has anybody seen that? Has anybody gone to Twitter and seen where they are tagging and encouraging them to go ahead and flag him down? I know, that's what I'm saying. I've seen him look more for his phone and his glasses than anything else. Yeah, I'm going to get to JR. We'll get there.
Who is?
Okay.
Oh,
so
shit.
These people are trying to get me in trouble because I came down here.
I didn't hear that
about what I'm seeing. Make that make good sense. And what I don't think these people understand is just we're not just big on YouTube. People know who we are all around the country for a reason. Okay.
And whatever. So that's not what he did. What he did is he showed up at the site, and when the guy asked him to come back after they're done setting everything up, he went on to this whole unbelievable spiel where he's hoping that the boat flips over and he wanted to piss on them if they were on fire, and he's calling them all these names, and it was really you know what it was? It was unprofessional. Say what you guys will, but let me get to this section of it. We can all feel how we feel about these players, these same players that come up. There he is falling asleep. I'm going to play this one little bit right here because it's the only little bit of it you need. Again, they are off of YouTube. He's claiming they're being reported. Push that.
Oh, it's not Turtle Madness. It's Truth, Not Feelings. Why do you
way I look at it, you can't park here. There's clearly public businesses in this parking lot. So eat a big.
Why do you believe that though, Turtle Madness? Why do you believe that?
I'm not ashamed.
Okay.
It is unprofessional. There's nothing to be
I
ashamed
watched
of.
it, but I didn't that though. Those that I sent go to the there's for
Oh, the button got stuck. Oh my goodness, sorry. Dang it! I wish
cool with
it wasn't there.
I
Oh,
mean,
what am
I guess
doing? I'm sorry. What am I doing? It's over here. It'll be easier this way. Yeah, Paul. See, I'm not ashamed of saying it was a shit show. It absolutely was a shit show. So I tuned in. He had a 15-minute video up, and he falls asleep at the wheel. He tells his audience twice that he absolutely fell asleep.
This video is fair use. It is transformative and is protected under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowing us for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, and more.
Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. I haven't covered you for a while. You are a scumbag.
Everybody jumping in the chat.
I'm looking for customers. DEVILLEZ.
So we are on our way to Nashville to start the hunt for Sebastian Rogers. Okay.
The hunt. To start the hunt. You're not to start the hunt. You're to end the search because, again, you're a month late. It always seems like every time JLR starts getting views off of something, Dolly's like hesitant. Should I go? Should I go? Did he do the same thing? Christine, what was the beautiful little girl's name up in New York? Oh my goodness, what was her name? Thank you, Leo. He was going to jump on that last minute as well. But he jumped on Danilo Cavalcante at the end after JR grew 100K from it. He was here for a day, then he left. Then he's doing the same thing with Sebastian. Charlotte, thank you. He's doing the same. I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong? Did he go to Charlotte or was going to go to Charlotte? And then everybody told him like it's done. They found her. I'm pretty sure he was going to go to Charlotte.
Oh, so you're not
TPE, I'm going to link your video so everybody can give you a thumbs up. I'm going to cut some of your commentary. Although it's hysterical, I'm much more polite than me.
But I've been on the go since like 4. So I'm in DC now. My next stop is
She's coming in, Jason.
Nashville. Okay.
Hey,
So I should be joining the hunt.
The hunt.
well, Dolly. Let me guess. This would be your airport stream so that you can collect a bunch of money, even though.
Now, I agree with that, Trouble, but I also disagree when Dolly's screaming, where are the police? Why aren't they searching? And where's this and where's that? Because, again, it's a month later. You know what I mean? We're not talking about day 2 and everybody, the whole town's still in that same urgency level as you would have been, on day 2, unfortunately. I agree with that, Brittany.
And I don't know if you checked the news
To
or
an
not before
extent.
you left, but even though that's funny, 5'7", you wish.
I'm 5'7". Or
Riveting content, Dolly. I just can't get enough of it.
So he films
Okay.
in the airport, he films in the plane, but most importantly, it is when he starts bad mouthing.
Because
It wasn't just that he was bad mouthing the Cajun Navy, it's that he was wishing death on them. He was wishing that their boat flipped over, the boat that is going to potentially find missing people, especially kids. He was coming up to New York, but the cops found out that YouTubers were on the way and they closed the park and declared a no-fly zone for drones. Thank you, Bernadette. Hey, Deets. I thought that was the case.
right now you're live and this is your title. The Cajun Navy sucks.
Thank you.
I wonder what could have happened.
And
I
I'm
don't
6
want
foot.
you tragedy pimps getting in the way. How hard is that to understand? But you're so greedy, so
Greedy
in
McNeedies.
need of money. You have to exploit missing children so
Greedy as
much
ever.
that you just couldn't help yourself.
thank you guys. Well, everybody's been donating to the Cash App and stuff. I'm flying. I'm the pilot.
Thank you, tragedy. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard the way he spoke about the Cajun, about the boat flipping over. I want to pee on you. Hey, Billy. I am. I hope you are as well. Thank you. Going a little crazy with spring break here, but I think tomorrow we're going to go to Dave and Buster's. He wants to invite a couple little buddies. A lot of ones coming in. So you guys, some of you's heard it. Okay. So let me show you the difference between professionals and troublemakers. Thank you, tragedy. This is going to be the biggest difference right here.
Every single person out there that has been following JLR Investigates to stay away from the United Cajun Navy. They are a complete scam. And I don't come on very often ever talking about drama, but oh boy, we have uncovered a lot about this so-called search group that is in Hendersonville, Tennessee right now, hijacking everything and creating a lot of problems, folks. Come on in. Yes, stay.
And that's what I said the other day, Feel the Love. JLR doesn't do sometimes he posts his personal, whatever. But I know, without a doubt, for a fact, that JLR is making big bucks each month. Like I saw what he was making. And he doesn't need to ask anybody for any money. It pays off for him. Now, he doesn't usually get this heated anymore, Gemini. He never does address drama on his channel. And he does it in a different way than what we saw Dolly. Dolly threw a little temper tantrum. Dolly the way he spoke was immature. It was despicable. It was so far from professional. But here, JR is going to tell you, this is how I feel. This is what I found out. This is why. He's not going to wish death. He's not going to say they're playing with little toys. He's not calling them, swap monsters and all of these things. No, he's just sticking to the point of why he feels that this organization is taking advantage.
Stay away from the United Cajun Navy. They are a scam. They're scam. Yes. They're faking. They're lying to the public about their searches. I have receipts, folks. I have receipts. And I'm a little bit ticked off because a lot of you guys know that I've been putting in all my heart and passion on our end, right? Magnolia has been assisting me. Other people around me have been doing great, phenomenal work. The United Cajun Navy had the police called on me yesterday up at their so-called search meeting site. I was just minding my business in my car. And this guy who identifies himself as...
And to be fair, that's not all JR was doing, because he kind of got up and he jumped out of the car and said to the guy, "Why are you scamming? Why are you scamming? Why are you scamming?" I do, Robbie. I care if they're actually searching, because if your titles are search, live Sebastian, United Cajun Navy, search, and Dolly's title is searching or hunting for Sebastian, and which the name he spelled incorrectly, but he's blaming it on losing his glasses. So I personally care, because there are people that are searching. There are people that have been searching. There are people that are searching for the right reason. So when they are asked respectfully not to live stream, they say, yes, of course. I'll record it. I just won't live stream, because if we walk upon this child this way, it is not out to the public. Absolutely. But instead, because they weren't, well, I digress, not they weren't, because some weren't there to actually search more so than to get content off the searchers. That's what the problem came down to. Oh, okay, Robbie, I misunderstood. And when it comes, I do know, and it's part of the ways of YouTube, but when I was with JR, when Daniela Cavalcante was on the loose, he intentionally set up dramatic thumbnails. It actually taught me a lot, to be honest, to make it look like the scene was happening more than it was. So JR knows where to get to the action, how to get to the action. Dolly doesn't. Dolly's like a lost puppy, drooling at the views that JR's getting. And I found it hysterical that JR wouldn't even mention Dolly. And Dolly's like, yeah, me and JR and us and we and that. And meanwhile, you'll hear here, JR won't even say his name.
As Skip Butler runs up on my car and tells me I have to leave immediately or he's calling the police. And I said, what do you mean I got to leave immediately? I'm not doing anything wrong. What's going on? This guy right here. Beware of this guy, because he's using multiple names, folks. He told me Skip Butler, United Cajun Navy, when they were down there in Nashville. He's calling himself Skip Parker. Who is this guy? He does not want to be filmed. He's the one that is running. He's the man. The United Cajun Navy. They're
See, that's the understanding as well, is that they don't want to be recorded. That is not true. They literally said you can record, just please don't live stream. Isn't that difficult of a concept? Do you guys understand why they would say that? I do. He has seemed to have gone to the light now, real girl. Hey, Ellen. He complained about the Roach Motel. You know why? So then Super Chats would come in and say, get a better hotel, Dolly. He did, Jennifer. He stood back just in case. He had the respect, right? But nonetheless, it started the rumors. It started the rumors that the dogs hit on Sebastian, that there were bones and there was blood and it was a soft... And now all the headlines were Sebastian found.
Their founder, I guess so we did some research, folks. There's multiple branches of the Cajun Navy, right? But the United Cajun Navy is an offshoot of original Cajun Navy. And those other Cajun Navies do not like United Cajun Navy at all.
See, and I trust JLR's word here, because I know without a doubt that he would never take the risk to do this at this point in his YouTube career if he wasn't very confident in everything he's saying. Well, you know what, D-Nicey, it's funny you say that, because a volunteer did come across a deceased body of a woman they were looking for, and they are asking for help with therapy. Now, the state will provide it, but it's not going to, it's not going to be top notch, most likely. Although I don't know if there's a top notch when it comes to needing therapy. Hey, Soli. The independent search should be known by police or be vetted. Right. I said that the other day. How many times do they say a criminal comes back to the scene? And, now you got all these unfamiliar strangers coming around a neighborhood that's already on high alert. I appreciate that, Leo. Thank you. So who wouldn't want to know? Yes, I and was it Dolly that said it, or JR? I think JR said they just want your name and information so they can send you, so they can send you emails and get your donations. And, well, I think the police should have a list. Hey, pretty sweet pea.
They do not. They say they manipulate things. They lie. They're in it for the money. They're in it for themselves. Well, this guy up here.
Let me ask you all this. This is a serious question. Everybody's in it for the money, right? Let's be honest. From JR to Betty to Dolly, they're in it for the money, right down to the organization. When it comes to the money, when it comes to who's going to make the earnings, would you rather the earnings go into the pockets of people that are trained and go out with their services across different cases, or the YouTuber that jumps on the catchy headline and goes out and films the trained folks? Who do you want having that money? The YouTubers or the professionals? The ones that's just on it for the headlines, or the ones that are down at the different scenes? The professionals, right? The trained ones. Yeah, me too.
Approaches me and he says I got to get out of here. He's going to call the cops. I actually left, but I called him a scam artist to his face, and he called the cops. I left, and then I had interaction with Hendersonville police. Professional, totally cool. They were cool.
Professional,
totally cool.
No handcuffs, right?
He did nothing wrong, whatever like that. Shook all their hands. They actually watched the channel. Now, some people in the chat are saying another live streamer has had the same situation.
See what he just did there? Now, others in the chat are saying another live streamer. Like, he doesn't know who Dolly is. He doesn't want association to Dolly and Betty anymore. He wants to do his own thing. Dolly's over there. We, us, me and JRR. And then to because it's not complete, the circus isn't in town. If we don't have this fucking buffoon jumping on. This freaking, and I'm one of the few people that thank you so much, Darcy. I didn't even thank you. I'm so sorry. Cajun Navy 2016 has spoken out against the ones that JR is talking about. Right. They don't support it either. I asked the same thing. Here we go. That camper, right? Talking about people and their toys. Hey, Smiles. So that I've offered Betty so much grace. Even the other day, I said it to Nicolina. I said, listen, Betty's not doing what she used to do. Do we offer grace, or do we point out these behaviors and hope of them changing? Do we offer them the grace to change, or do we berate them for forever over the behaviors they have done once upon a time? Well, Betty, old spaghetti, is right back to that same old behavior. And let me tell you, I actually had to leave. I left the stream. I was so fucking annoyed with her screeching and her bullshit and her me, her unthreatening appeal.
Yeah, same.
Josen just grabbed at us like PCT did the police. Josen. Oh, she's already turned into, she's officially here to make it the circus that she wants it to be. You know why? Because the drama fucking sells. It's no longer about Sebastian. When these three come on the scene, or those two, I should say, it is no longer about the child. It wasn't about Quinn. It wasn't about Summer. Matter of fact, I have a fucking clip of Dolly saying, somebody said, Dolly, you look cold. And he said, I know. We need a kid to go missing in Hawaii. We need a kid to go missing in Hawaii.
Made up for us with the actual facts, right? So I'm not making this stuff up. This is the truth. And so they were already there. They've got a name of, going around and helping with natural disasters and looking for people and finding them and stuff like that. And God bless them for that. I'm not going to criticize them for that. What I am going to criticize them for is you don't call law enforcement on your searchers. I've got people out there that are content creators, that are searchers, that have done hundreds of searches before, and they're getting cops called on them by the Cajun Navy. We don't play that shit. So Cajun Navy.
Bruh. Yeah,
She just said there, YouTubers have done hundreds of searches. Can we get past 5? Can somebody tell me the hundreds of searches these clowns have done? I can't. Hundreds of searches. And all of a sudden it's a we, right? All of a sudden she's part of it. We. She literally says at one point, I have YouTubers there, as if they are there on her behalf. Look, there we go. Thank you, Kathy in LA. The Cajun Navy is very respected around the South. I can't remember the name of the last storm that hit Galveston, Houston area, but they saved many lives. There is no way this organization is all bad because they asked a couple of fucking YouTubers not to live stream.
We do. If Cajun Navy streamers.
Sorry, Johnson. Oh my gosh, I hate when this button gets stuck. What is it doing?
For some petty
That have a missing child that y'all zone in on.
That's right.
But the difference is I don't claim to be helping Sebastian. I claim to be. It brings how.
Proudfoot's parents don't stop anything I'm doing.
What's up, baby?
So we're finding out a lot of stuff, a lot of unsavory things about the Cajun Navy and their practices, not only their search practices, but their volunteer coordinations and stuff like that. They're not doing very good on calling police. Yeah, they're calling police on Dolly. They're calling police on JLR. I don't even care about JLR, right? I mean, whatever. He's hurt me. I got no love for him, right?
Yeah. Go tell Aunt Mary your problems, JLR.
So I could get you shits about him, but it's not even about him. It's about the principle of the matter. The principle of the matter is if JLR went to jail, I would be on a flight. I wouldn't even be waiting for my car. I'd be up there with my.
I thought you're already on that flight. What happened? I thought you're already going because you heard that there's some drama bringing views, right?
Information related to Riley Strain, despite law enforcement efforts. Okay, period. That's just all there is to it. I'm not making those facts up. Those facts are made up for us with the actual facts, right? So I'm not making.
You guys, she's not making those facts up. The facts are made up for us by the actual facts. Okay, Betty.
This stuff up. This is the truth. And so they were already there. They've got a name of, going around and helping with natural disasters and looking for people and finding them and stuff like that. And God bless.
And what is your name? What is your reputation, Betty?
Them for that. I'm not going to criticize them for that. What I am going to criticize them for is you don't call law enforcement on your searchers. I've got people out there that are content creators, that are searchers that have done hundreds.
She said, I've got people out there. You hear her? I've got people out there. Like all of a sudden, these people are out there on behalf of Betty. She is now connected to them. I've got searchers out there.
Criticize them for and looking for people and finding them and stuff like that. And God bless them for that. I'm not going to criticize them for that. What I am going to criticize them for is you don't call law enforcement on your searchers. I've got people out there that are content creators, that are searchers that have done hundreds of searches before, and they're getting cops called on them by the Cajun Navy.
Has anybody seen Betty advertise any YouTubers, live streamers there that she sent there that have done hundreds of searches? I'll tell you what, Betty is the one that got me most worked up because she's jumping on this like the fucking hyena she is.
We don't play that shit. So Cajun Navy.
Bruh, yeah, we do. If Cajun Navy wants to call the cops on them because they are on federal property and they don't want streamers on that federal property, they have the right to do so.
I'm not going to be promoting them. As a matter of fact, we've looked into their situation. This is not the first time they've done this. Do you know that they tried to put protective orders on 8 volunteers that denounced some of their practices? They tried to go after them legally. Volunteers that had something to say about the Cajun Navy.
Hey, Betty, did you ever try to go after fellow YouTubers legally?
These practices out there in the field, and they tried to shut them up.
Well, I mean, if those 8 people are anything like JLR and what Dolly's doing right now, I don't blame them at all. Gang, gang, Cajun Navy. What's up, baby?
So we're finding out a lot of stuff, a lot of unsavory things about the Cajun Navy and their practices, not only their search practices, but their volunteer coordinations and stuff like that. They're not doing very good on calling police. Yeah, they're calling police on Dolly. They're calling police on JLR. I don't even care about JLR, right? Whatever. He's hurt me. I got no love for him, right?
Yeah. Go tell Aunt Mary your problems, JLR.
So I could give 2 shits about him, but it's not even about him. It's about the principle of the matter. The principle of the matter is if JLR went to jail, I would be on a flight. I wouldn't even be waiting for my car. I'd be up there with my bullhorn at that police department because
your bullhorn is so valuable, right? Because your bullhorn is what got Dolly out of jail, right? Because your bullhorn is everything everybody else needs. See, what does she do this on? Because I don't see this one on YouTube either. She must have done this on Facebook. I'm glad I'm not on Facebook.
There. We're searching. I'm not asking for permission. And if anybody wants to.
You have to ask permission on private property, love bug.
That's right.
Just so you know.
You won't see Sebastian's name on my stream.
I feel like right now Betty's streaming this without having all the info as well. Like, come on, girl.
to hinder my or harass me or my right to move freely in Tennessee,
Hey,
we're going to have a
Grandma.
lot of problems there. I don't answer to the Cajun Navy. I'm not going to answer to law enforcement. I conduct myself in a lawful legal manner, and I hope hopefully everybody's.
I'm not going to answer to law enforcement.
This bitch just said she's not going to answer law enforcement. What? I'm going to smoke whatever I want. I'm smoking a cigarette.
Or my right to move freely in Tennessee, we're going to have a lot of problems there.
And again, ask yourselves, when did Betty jump on this? When did Betty decide that she was going to go down and look for a fight with Cajun Navy? Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Look for Sebastian. When did Betty decide? I'll tell you when she saw the drama. When JR went and then Dolly, and she realized there is drama to be made, there are things to put her, need to be a fucking Karen in front of, with her bullhorn bedazzled out.
I don't answer to the Cajun Navy. I'm not going to answer to law enforcement. I conduct myself in a lawful legal manner, and I hope hopefully everybody's.
This bitch just said she's not going to answer to law
I tried to
enforcement.
go past you, Jones, and sorry.
Or my right to move freely in Tennessee, we're going to have a lot of problems there. I don't answer to the Cajun. I'm going straight to social media. But I will tell you right now, they will call the cops because that mom is Proudfoot's paper to stop anything I'm doing. So hopefully, Proudfoot's parents don't come after me or come out of their house and talk to me like they talk to Dolly Vision, because that mom is going to be crying by the time I'm done with her.
Again, we're talking about Sebastian, and here's Betty. I'm going to be the badass that's going to go down there, and I'm going to taunt the mother, and I'm going to start a fight with the Cajun Navy. Right. What has she done, sis? What has she done? I'm going to intimidate them, and I'm going to have my bedazzled fucking bullhorn, and I'm just going to take over the drama. That's it. That is it, Dees, and you know it. You guys know it. And that is what I can't stand about Betty.
And I pray to God that the Cajun Navy doesn't call the cops on me. If they do, I'm going straight to social media. But I will tell you right now, they will never be supported by this channel. We're not going to be doing fundraisers for them. We're not going to be
Betty and her 100 viewers, 20 active chatters, they're never going to support them. Exactly. Do these people even know which organization they're criticizing and defaming out here?
Telling our audience to go out there and support this organization. We're doing none of that. And they did this all by themselves. I had high hopes for them, but one thing we don't.
How they do it, Betty? How they do it? Because they hurt your little fucking friend's ego? I'm sorry, I'm going to end up cursing a lot during this. I've been working on not cursing. Let me regather myself. But what did they do wrong? They asked that you don't live stream. Thank you, Johnson. Oh, Lordy. Thank you so much. Like, what? Why? Why now? What has changed? Listen, I tried not listening earlier. Why are they all going now?
Do is we don't call cops on people out there trying to help search for a boy. And despite what they think, it was social media and content creators like me that actually wanted them to come out there. Now I'm
Well, they don't know. It was content creators like me. I wanted them out there. They should be thankful. Thank you so much, Johnson. Thank you. I do appreciate your commentary. I just feel like I'm using your stream, and that feels, again, I did link you, and we'll continue to link you. Look at her. Cajun Navy causing more problems than it's worth. No, you are. Bets. You are.
I was going to try to get you guys the live I did on TikTok.
We're okay. We don't want it.
Navy and their conduct. That's why I'm doing
Hey,
this
Jude.
live, right? It's not because I'm it's to smack down Cajun Navy. It's to put them in their place and let them know, no, you don't rule me. I mean, you may think you do, but I promise you, you don't, and we'll make sure that that's corrected. I would like to work with them. I'd like.
You don't rule me. They never even mentioned you. They don't even know you exist. It has nothing to do with you.
To be nice with them, but actually not even work with them. I don't need to be in their group. I don't want to be in their group, right? I don't think that they know what the hell they're doing. So I'm not going to be associated with them. So I'm going to be doing my own thing out there. So
put a 1 in the chat if you think Cajun Navy wants association with Betty. Put a 2 if you think they're just fine where they're at. I'm going to have to go with a 2. I know, shocking, right? Hey, Detective Turtle Gum, good to see you. They don't want you either. Matter of fact, drop a 2 and then hit the thumbs up while you're at it. They don't want you. They don't know you exist. They don't care. You're nothing. All those 2s popped on up. Yeah, thank you, Pristine. I normally don't drop channel links because of the way people operate on here. But we are using Jonesin and Tragedy Pips Exposed videos. So thank you. Thank you, Christine. You weren't invited, Betty. You don't even belong here.
searching for Sebastian Rogers on areas that I think that he could possibly be at.
Because
It may not even, it may be miles and miles away from them. I don't know. I don't know where they are, nor do I really give a shit.
You don't know where they are? Well, say that again. What was that, Betty? Because you're so focused on Cajun Navy that you forget you're speaking about a child, a boy. His name is Sebastian. Listen to what you just said.
He could possibly be at. They're searching for Sebastian Rogers on areas that I think that he could possibly be at. It may not even, it may be miles and miles away from them. I don't know. I don't know where they are, nor do I really give a shit. This whole idea that their shit don't stink.
Who sounds like their shit don't stink right now? Speaking of stink, girl, you should brush your hair before you hit that cam. They're at Help and Search to help Sebastian's loved ones, though. They're there to stream. Exactly, burden of proof. They are there for attention. Matter of fact, they got the helicopters out looking for that little girl that I told you guys about yesterday. It's really sad to hear it all day.
I'm not a jealous person. I really don't care what people do.
You know what I notice when people say things like that they're like projecting. Who said you were jealous, Bets? What made you say you were jealous? Why did she even think to say I'm not a jealous person? You were trying to piss on a missing child search. That's all you're trying to do. Oh, I hit the wrong one.
Problem is when I've got people sending me articles about how the Cajun Navy keeps calling law enforcement on their own searchers. And when they don't like what their searchers are doing, or when their searchers are calling them out on their bullshit, they go and start taking out protective orders and trying to have those searchers arrested. That's the problem I have. No, I'm not associating myself with the Cajun Navy at all. And
they don't want you.
If you don't believe me, go do a Google search, because these are legit articles that were sent from me by legit publications. Nothing to do with the Cajun Navy.
I think I've seen legit publications on Betty here too, though. I know. Those glasses straightened. Everything here looks crooked, from the crook on the screen to the crook glasses to the crooked hair tie to the crooked everything.
Literally nothing. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be associated with them. I don't want to stand next to them. I don't want to interview with them. I don't want anything from them. You know what I want from them? I want them to quit calling cops on the searchers. And
why, Betty? So what are you going to do? You're going to go down there and hope they call the cops on you? So you're going to go down there with the intentions of starting a fight while there is a missing child and take away the resources because you'd rather start a fight with these people. She is obnoxious. And she's so self-important.
I want nothing to do with them. And I want them to stay out of my way. That's what I want from them.
She said it so many times, I think she does want something to do with them, but she's telling them to stay out of her way. But you're in Florida. How they in your way?
So
You're on my nerves,
yeah, I
Betty.
have a funny feeling that this is going to backfire on the Cajun Navy, and that flag guy just probably ruined their reputation, because there's not a social media content creator that's going to be supporting their.
I'm going to support it. How about you? Just for the fact that you think you are oh so mighty and powerful, I'm going to support it.
Their organization, when you're calling cops on two of our major people from YouTube,
just covering facts, not
and you're talking about you're violating freedom of the press. You're violating people's constitutional rights.
That's what Betty is. Betty is, in her heart of hearts, she is one of those, what do they call them? Paul C said he's one of them, where they go and they kind of, fight their fights against the police. She's not about these missing children. She's not about these missing people. She's about fighting the system. She's about causing controversy and just being a disrespectful, attention-seeking, bedazzled twat. That's what she's about. First Amendment. Thank you, auditor. Thank you. That's what she really comes off as.
So I'm a constitutionalist.
There you
Sorry,
go.
Cajun Navy. You're telling me that you're a bunch of military and law enforcement, and yet you intentionally and willfully violate people's constitutional rights? Then you're not anybody I want to be associated with.
Not for nothing, but the constitutional rights were written at a time that is not up to date with today's current system. I know a lot of people like to say, constitutional rights, First Amendment, all that, but that was without social media. That was without, the times have changed, and some things need to be, updated. People may disagree, people may not. I don't care. Some people like bedazzle. I don't. Calm down, Bats. He ain't no Mr. Beast. He's Mr. Least. Oh.
Did you get your car? No, Audrey, I did
Here
not.
it comes.
Got a call from the mechanic. I already called Justin. I'm not getting my car back. I was supposed to get it back Friday. Didn't get it back Friday. I was supposed to get it back Monday. Didn't get it back Monday. They're saying Wednesday. I should have it Wednesday, but I have a funny feeling I'm not even going to have my car back. It's going to be 3 weeks before I have it.
Shucks.
It's one of those things. If somebody's personating,
just like it's been 3 weeks since you decided to jump on the Sebastian train, right? Now she goes in a rain, how she's going to offer mental help to rapper.
Morbid is a wrenched mod here, so you're a fucking idiot for impersonating him. Thank you. I see you. I didn't know you were up this early.
You're an idiot.
You don't impersonate people, and actually, I think you need to report whatever accounts impersonating. Are you going? Yeah, Teresa, I'm going to Tennessee. I'm just still down. My car's not back. He called me yesterday and said he could that the
money.
The catalytic converter's done, but the ABS module's not back in from the rebuilder. That's what was taking the longest.
Well, sweet and salty, with utmost respect, it comes down to permission. Where do you draw the line as to who can and cannot search on private property? It's really simple, because it's private property. You need permission. So it's not really that slippery of a slope, but I get what you're saying in this situation where, as just stated above by somebody who lives close, most of the land there is private property. So, that's why they're asking that people are on a list, that they have permissions, because what happens if they're on, if they're on private property and they do find something, do you know what could happen then? If they are on private property without permission and they do come across something, what do you think could happen to that evidence?
Just because they have a person that rebuilds them.
Thank you, Ghost Up. Welcome.
I think Tallahassee, Gainesville, somewhere up in the Panhandle. And so he had to ship it off there to have it rebuilt, and they got to ship it back. Well, it was supposed to be back on Friday.
We don't care about your car. Look at that face.
And so I finally call up there, and he's like, well, the part hasn't come back in. It hasn't been shipped back. He's
all about her car. Yes, that's what she said, sis. She's going to go down to fight with Cajun Navy and to hopefully hunt down Sebastian's mother. Public. Okay, sweet and sane. Or sweet and salty. That makes much more sense. Public. Okay. That's a whole different game. You're right. I think everybody's welcome to search public property. I think they just want to know who's out there searching. Contamination. That's all she's going for.
It's like it should be delivered here on Wednesday. All right. I mean, yeah, I don't know what I'm getting.
At this point, that lady that does the JP, she does better laugh. Betty's laugh than Betty's own laugh. TBI has come out saying over 200,000 miles has already been searched, and Dolly wants to drive around house hunting. Yeah, I was like an episode of TLC, wasn't it? Very nice of him to do that.
It should stop working. And so I just thought it was hilarious because
Anybody
I'm
wanna
not
come
going to
up?
put something in there that might break down on me. That's why the car's in the shop to begin with. The car hasn't broken.
Yeah, she's like manic. She's literally like manic here. Like, you got the car's supposed to be here last week. She sounds nuts. Sorry. Who gets this excited about their car being in the shop? What is going on? Oh, my bless.
Down on me yet, but I'm not. The whole purpose of the preventative maintenance is so that
Oh,
it doesn't,
no,
right?
Cass.
And I'm not going to put a used part in there that may break down halfway to Tennessee. So I'm not doing it.
I never found somebody so amused at their car getting fixed. I don't know what's going on here. That's exactly Misty Day, which is why I wrote same characters, different tragedy.
So hold on, guys. Let me go ahead and change that because I see that we got a little troll in here that just isn't it funny? This person is one person, like one person up on the wrong side of the bed and just can't control their behavior. They think it's hilarious to troll.
She's gonna offer him
like
therapy,
maybe
though.
A counselor or something. Just let me know what area you're in, and I'm happy to provide you a reputable clinician, psychologist, or whatever you need. You know, I don't want you to be in misery, and clearly you're a miserable person if you get your kicks off of coming into somebody's chat and impersonating somebody else. You know, that's just not normal behavior. It's not even
it's not normal behavior to be erotic about your car being fixed.
So unless you're paying my bill, he hasn't paid you. And where the fuck this Cajun are just saying on one hand, can't say, oh, you're part of my search, but no, they're saying this is what they're saying. They're saying on one hand, they don't want everybody just willy-nilly doing their own search. On the other hand, they're telling us if we're going to do a search, we need to do it with them and we need to follow their rule. Listen, dude, you don't own me. I don't know who the fuck this Cajun Navy is. I don't really give a shit. But you're not going to tell Bullhorn Betty what they can and cannot do and where they can and cannot go. I'm an American citizen.
Why does she do this? Why does she speak about herself as a couple with the we and in third person? It's not going to go well, Brittany. She's supposedly coming down very, very soon. So, matter of fact, Brittany, I think you should stream her, streaming your neighborhood. That's what I think you should do. I think you should show everybody how much they're not searching, and they are just searching for drama, clicks, views, and donations.
That pays taxes, and last time I checked, the Cajun Navy hasn't paid a fucking thing for Bullhorn Betty. So unless you're paying my bills, you ain't my daddy, right?
They don't even know you exist, right? I mean, come on, listen to her. She's like loving this. This is the most animated I've seen her in a very long time. Doesn't she have enough legal troubles? Right.
You ain't my sugar daddy or my daddy. And if you ain't my sugar daddy and you ain't my daddy, you ain't telling this girl what she can and cannot do. I want to be very, very clear before we go out there that the case.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my golly. Tell me she doesn't just irk through your soul.
Maybe understands. I don't answer to them. And I want to make sure law enforcement understands I don't answer to them either. If I'm following the law and you come and harass me, I will file a complaint against your ass.
Period. Because again, she's not going for Sebastian. She is going to look to pick a fight. Period. Look at her. Look at that. It's the face of a lunatic. This is scary.
I do not play. I'm not going out there for problems, but there's problems being created. If you don't want problems, don't create the problems.
You're creating
them. Cajun Navy is going out of their way to create additional problems. Fuck you, Cajun Navy. There, I said it.
Oh, no. I'm sure they felt it. This is all because, I want to remind you all, this is all because Cajun Navy said, could you please give us 24 hours to conduct a plan to figure out what has been searched, what needs to be searched, what could be searched again, to get a list of everybody who was willing to help the search, and please, no live streaming. That's all they did. That's it. And here we are. Betty, fresh from her bed, screaming, threatening a bullhorn. For what? For what?
I said it.
It's not JR's shirt, that's for sure.
I said it. You guys are going to have to hate me for it. But when I see two people having to deal with law enforcement because they're out there trying to help, and when I find out it's because of the Cajun Navy, bitch, you please pull that shit with Bullhorn Betty. Like I said, I will.
They never mentioned by law. They just said respectfully. They never said like, hey, if you're live streaming this, we're going to call the cops. They never did. And there goes Betty again. Two people did not deal with the police. Only JLR did. Again, Dolly had no, nothing. Like nothing happens.
Take my bullhorn and you will be spitting out sequins from my bullhorn for the next year.
Say sequence. Bedazzle sequence.
I was saying I'm going out there. I don't need bail money. I don't do anything wrong. I don't know. The Cajun Navy's out there. Maybe we need to have bail money. Who knows? They might be calling him on Bullhorn Betty. Because
that's what you're hoping for, Betty. It is so transparent. Does anybody else see that's like literally she is jonesing for an issue? She is wanting the issue. That's it, Kaz. They didn't want the live stream in case they came across anything, especially a child's body. And because of what took place the other day when it was live streamed that they found Sebastian. It went from, a dog hitting to 6 dogs hitting to Sebastian's body and it was ridiculous because the fact of the matter is he would not be bones at that point. It's just sick. And that's all they want to stop.
I might be a little too close to their search group recording. Oh, shit. That's great. All the YouTubers are uniting to find exactly. And you know what? It's sad that this Cajun Navy is throwing the volunteers and social media out. Trust me, we will never be asking. I can tell you this is going to backfire. Like
who lied to her in the comment section there and said, it's nice that all the YouTubers are coming together to help find Sebastian. Because it sounds to me like they're all coming together to help find drama. That's it.
Fuck on them. Excuse my language this morning. I know you guys don't like it. My channel doesn't. That TikTok has more of an appetite for my language.
If I had money,
YouTube,
I'd go just to go because
seriously.
of Betty.
I mean, what?
JR, what do you even say Dolly's name?
Ain't gonna hate you. Yeah, I mean, I'm out there. I'm going out there to help.
Sorry, I didn't see you come. Oh, I did. I read your comment about the law. I didn't say hi though. Hi, sorry. So yeah, this has nothing to even do with her. Speaking about yourself third person all the time, isn't it? Are there any other indications? I can't imagine.
Oh, I'm not going out there to be a slave or to answer to somebody. I don't know. I'm just like scratching my head. And the can you imagine if I coordinated a search? Oh, by the way, they didn't coordinate the search. The search party was all there, and they were invited in. And when they were invited in, they broke.
Why didn't you coordinate a search, Betty? As you're saying that, why didn't you? Why didn't you even talk about Sebastian until this?
The whole entire search party up. They kicked the volunteers out.
I hope so, T. Adams. Out of private property.
Are you here to help this boy or get clout?
They kicked him out of where, Betty? Where? Private property. To Hungry Gator. Oh my gosh. She's just going to start a fight, though. Listen. Law enforcement needs to have their focus on Sebastian, which is bringing all this together. They don't need to be there to worry about Betty and a bullhorn and Dolly and a hurt ego. They don't need that. They did explain it on, he semi-explained it on Nancy Grace. They gave a reason. Amen, Brittany. Brittany lives 2 houses down from their home. I will not tolerate this shit in my neighborhood, and she will be gone ASAP if she pulls something stupid. Protect yourself, Brittany, because these are some grimy, gross people headed your way. She married herself. Lord bless it. Somebody.
Who's really in it for the click and the view, Cajun Navy?
You, bitch. The
asking for a few hundred friends.
Asking for a few hundred friends. The voice is inside my head.
Asking for a few hundred friends.
A few dozen, correction.
I'm not going to be nice. If I mean, I'll treat them nice if they treat me nice, but they pull that shit. I'm telling you, I have a pop mouth. You know, when you get under my collar and I'm hot under my collar and you come at me like that, I will go slap off on you.
I know. Didn't you spit on somebody before, Betty? Which missing child case was that you spit on somebody? Oh, we know you get hot under your collar. Sometimes you got to put your hand under their collar, right? Oh, we know.
Do they not know that? I'm not a Dolly Vision. I'm not a JLR. I'm not. When you start coming at me like that, I'm not going to say yes.
The one that fell asleep, Brittany, as you drove down your street. I'm sure it was that one. Barely see him over the window. That one.
Yes, ma'am. And no, sir. I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm so done. I try so hard to give Betty the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not trying to cause problems, but it seems like the Cajun Navy's already out there causing problems.
No, it does. You are trying to cause problems, and it does seem like you're trying to cause problems, right? About their shaking, smiley. About they're just over there like, oh no, please don't. Volunteer live stream searchers doing a great job keeping Sebastian's name visible, but most are randomly wander around with no great coordination leadership. Kelly, thank you. And that is all they were trying to stop. They were trying to get everybody together, right? You're better when you're together and there is a solid plan and everybody is on board, and it just makes it easier on everybody. But they don't want that. They want problems. She wants problems. Right. She's not even there. She acts like she's being directly affected. It's exactly what I said.
Of people. There's a link that I want to send you about the Cajun Navy. Lenny Bean, send it to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. But I can tell you, I've already got a message of stuff on them. Hold on, I'll type this in. I mean, you can just go in here and people were sending me articles all day yesterday.
No, you said you got a message, girl. Stop playing, talking about hundreds of friends and all these insider sources, and you got all these live streamers down there streaming. You got one message. That's it. Don't dramatize it all of a sudden. And it's probably from your alter ego, which is why you say we. No, and you know what, Brittany? I don't. Does anybody else know what day Betty claims that she'll be landing in Brittany's neighborhood?
About the Cajun Navy, and I'm like, what? How did we not hear about this stuff? How did we not hear about the protective orders? Hold on, let me put protective orders. I want you guys to read this.
Oh yeah, read it. Let's read it. Your
United Cajun Navy.
What danger do you have when we Google you, Betty?
Against individuals.
Oh no! I thought it was
Cajun Navy, your history ain't all that swell there, buddy. Let's see what this one is. This is July 13th. So that's all around there. United.
What is Betty's history swell? Is anything about Betty's history swell? Okay, we might get there. If I don't lose
saying that the well, maybe it's your conduct that gets you guys so much attention.
Isn't that rich coming from her? Maybe it's your conduct that gets you so much attention. You don't say. Wow.
No, maybe that's what it is. Maybe if you weren't such dicks to everybody, maybe you wouldn't have problems from your own volunteers. Just.
You are just saying, speaking from experience, aren't you there, Bets? Exactly, sis. That is all it is for. Hey, Willow. She embarrasses me as a person who has bipolar. She just has excitement for drama, man. She gets really freaking giddy. Now I get why so many people on video do videos, right, Church? Because it's all bullshit. It's picked out. Anybody can go do their own research, not Bets right here. I mean, look at the face of professionalism going on here. Again, straight from the bed. You heard it first through the bullhorn.
Spitballing over here, Cajun Navy. I don't know.
You're not spitballing. You're speaking from experience.
Let's see this one. This is from 2019.
Spit's what you did on that person in Idaho, right? That's where you spit. In Idaho? In that man's face? You are welcome to use mine, Brittany. Turn on your camera. I'll put you right up here on the screen. You can just film them filming you.
Nights after potential criminal allegations are raised in court. Cajun Navy President Tom Terrell said,
you know how many Cajun Navies there are? Anybody ask Betty if she knows how many there are?
you got the attention of
God,
millions.
why did
Dead
we
in
just
the
get
water after 8 people cyber stalked and harassed him. Well, now you got the attention of millions. Do you really?
Millions. I mean, she really thinks her reach is that far. I can't with her. Millions. She so thinks she's included in this. Oh, she'll come out with a bullhorn and stand outside and shout at the mother. She's despicable. You know what they did on a case of a baby boy? They played fucking music, lullabies throughout the night. Zero respect or concern for any of the other neighborhood. Navy has a license to conduct searches. She needs to check the law, see if she needs a legal permit license. States are all different. Maybe she could print herself out one. She can add another one to her lantern.
Really want to keep pissing social media off? Doesn't sound like you've been tangoing well with social media. Now we kind of understand their disdain for social media because they're dicks.
What's your disdain for social media, Betty? Huh. Right, the ghost, the baby crying sounds. Yep. Baby crying. Maybe I misspoke. It wasn't lullabies. It was a baby crying. Which to me is actually worse. The lullabies would have been better. At least the other kids on the street, you know, that had to go on with their lives with this nonsense outside. Maybe they would have slept better if it was lullabies. But you guys are right. It was baby crying.
And when they're dicks, social media bites them in the ass. Social media needs to quit supporting these people. These people do not support social media whatsoever.
This is so rich coming from her. I can't believe it.
United. Terrell testifies the 8 individuals allegedly orchestrated posts in a group to promote their smear campaign against UC and United Cajun Navy. We don't need to smear you. You do that all by yourself.
All of a sudden, she's part of it. This was JLR and Dolly, and all of a sudden, she's part of it. Since when? Right. When? Betty says, when did you hop in on this? It's almost like she's asking for the attention. She knows what she's going to get doing this. And views have been down, so she's doing it. She knows. She knows what she's doing. Right. Why didn't she research before begging for them? Remember, she's the one that encouraged them to come out there? But you didn't do your research first. Only after they have a problem with your little buddy, you have a problem. It is sickening, Smiles.
Good Lord. During the hearing, Judge Tim Kelly only heard testimony.
Good Lord to you. You're a hot mess express.
I don't know if true crime's really the Cajun Navy's cup of tea. I don't think they're going to be able to handle this shit. I don't think those old geezers are going to be able to handle any of this. I'm just saying. Call me crazy.
Those old geezers aren't going to be able to handle true crime. Do you understand? They're not here to exploit. Well, you know, you can, I digress. You can see it how you want, but they're not here for social media views. They're not here to say they are a true crime channel. They're not here to put these missing children as their thumbnails and tag their names. They are out there with the equipment and the credentials to do what you can't. I can't believe.
Crazy. Call me crazy. You all do. But I don't think they're going to be able to handle this. If they're complaining about 8 people and they're pissing off literally hundreds of thousands of people right now, they're going to be filing protective orders out the yin yang.
Like you and your lawsuits out the yin yang. She's like, man, this is weird. This is so right, Cammie. It's like she doesn't realize there's a whole other world out there and not everything is for clicks and views. I know. Listen to the cackle, church. It's concerning.
I think we need to just work with EquiSearch. EquiSearch.
We need to work with EquiSearch. She puts herself in this we category she doesn't belong in. Like she dictates everything. Like she dictates who works on these cases and who's involved in them, and it's just bizarre.
They have all been so kind to social media. Nancy Grace is kind to Nancy Grace called them out. He's like, well, just edit the videos. Nancy's like, what? No, I want to see it. I want to see it live. Nancy Grace, I just want to say you rock. You're my idol. You know, there's only a few.
That fucking says it all. Oh. Do we got a priest in the building? Some holy water?
Strong, bold women in this world that I idolize. Nancy Grace is one of them, and Beth Chapman is another one of them.
Oh, Beth Chapman and Nancy Grace. Rest in peace, Beth Chapman.
Literally News Nation on their boat. Let me just tell the Cajun Navy something, and I'm going to tell it loud and clear. Like, I don't think like Fox News, CNN.
Have a great day,
away, but mainstream media is not what it is. People like me are changing the landscape of news and news reporting. Period. There's a change going on. We've been working on it for years. It's finally starting to take hold. They're focusing. Mainstream media is a dying breed. Okay, and pissing off social media. You're not looking at longevity at all, because social media is here to stay.
So if you piss off social media, it doesn't matter what your credentials are, what your organization is, you will be taken down. According to Betty. Well, you've pissed off social media, Bets, but here you remain. EquiSearch has been out twice already. That's what I'm saying, Kelly. She thinks that if it's not being live streamed, if it's not being broadcast, it is not happening. Never expect anything like this to happen so close to me. It's scary. However, I do have a theory on what happened, and it just makes me sick. Do you want to share that, Brittany? I don't know if you're familiar with if you've ever come on a stream before, but you are more than welcome to. And of course, you were, no pressure.
We're going to be dominating. We're already dominating the news waves, period. We social media gets more clicks and views than mainstream media ever could. So the bottom line is social
media all the way
here, and you pissing off social media and stepping on our toes and spitting in our face, it is not a good practice for any organization.
Again, didn't Betty literally spit in somebody's face?
You need us to thrive because we bring it. Social media dominates, period. You go anywhere. There's not one person in this world that doesn't have some type of social media account. And at the end of the day, we rule the roost. And mainstream media can be pissed off at that. It's not that we don't need them. I mean, golly, think about how many times I rely on News Nation doing their job, or Fox News getting this report, or getting this, or fighting for this. Because people like me on these small channels, when we go there and counties or states don't want to turn over records, it's these big powerhouses that go in there and wield their attorneys to get that documentation to the world so we can see it. So it's not like mainstream media, mainstream media is going away. But mainstream media in and of itself is a dying breed. Those are your mom and pop and local stores that are in our news, in our communities, our small warehouses of local news. Those are what's going away. That's what's.
So you're happy that small local mom and pop stores are going away? You're just a weird one to me, Betty. You're just a weird one.
How you doing? God bless you, sir. Why? Because my defenses are already up going into that community because of the conduct you've already shown.
Listen to her here.
From your stance, what we're saying.
Let me ask you all something. If you felt like at our ages as adults, if you felt like your presence somewhere was going to cause an issue, and you knew that the town was already on edge and the police are already busy, would you stay home or would you go there just to cause an issue? This is what she's doing, and she knows it's going to be an issue.
Navy is not going to do themselves. And the reason why I'm going through this and explaining this is because I'm praying to God that somebody from the Cajun Navy watches this and understands what we're saying. I'm not a hard ass. I don't want to be coming in there as a hard ass, but from the actions that I have watched displayed over the last 2 days, I'm coming in there with my guard up, and mess with me. You're not going to be met with, hey, sir, how you doing? God bless you, sir. Why? Because my defenses are already up going into that community because of the conduct you've already shown.
Then why are you going? I know, D-Nicey, I can't even believe her. And hey, neighbor, she is starting to, yes, she is. Because she isn't getting to do whatever she wants to do, but she likes to fight the system. She literally gets her jollies off of this. This is her excitement. Look at her.
We're mainstream media. Hear us roar. Don't be screwing with.
You just said mainstream media sucks. Now you're saying your mainstream media hear you roar? I feel like we've heard you roar for the last 30 minutes. That feels like an hour.
Going into that community because of the conduct you've already shown. We're mainstream media. Hear us roar. Don't be.
You're an idiot. You just said mainstream media was dead. Now you're saying you're mainstream media.
Be screwing with the people on here because they will destroy your reputation.
Like
just like those
Just like they destroyed yours. Because you mess with the wrong people.
People, and you wonder why? It's because you're calling cops on people.
Oh no!
You're doing shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
And we know good searchers from bad searchers.
How the fuck do you know anything? Let me ask you something. Is there a good searcher and a bad searcher? Of course there is. Why do you think they had to intervene? You moron. Because you guys are the bad searchers in this situation. You were searching for clicks, views, and donations. Not a child.
And let's face it, your ass is wound up on federal property. How did that happen? Oh,
your friend's asses ended up on federal property. Look at her. Oh, gosh, she makes my blood boil. I gotta calm down. I can't. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna end up having as many gray hairs. She really fucking pisses me off. Really pisses me off. Thank you, Miss Robin. Unpopular opinion. Seems like all sides are seeing dollar signs right now. Justice for Sebastian. Yep. Yep. When you have, they're using his name, his face in the thumbnail, tagging him, hashtagging him. I don't think it's an unpopular opinion. I think it is a very on point opinion.
Searcher, you blame, and they blamed it on the other searchers. They didn't take responsibility for that shit at all.
It wasn't them.
It wasn't the searchers. Those searchers were there at your direction, and they went on federal property. That's your problem, Cajun Navy, because...
Could that be why Cajun Navy said, you know what? Let's halt. Let's stop a minute. Let's gather. Let's come up with a game plan. Let's figure out what properties we can and cannot go on. And let's organize this a little bit better. Give us a few hours to do that. Could that be why they did that, Betty? Because maybe they learned from their alleged mistake that you were claiming they made. So they wanted to make it a little bit different, right? Because they say, you know what? We didn't really do this the right way. Let's regather. Let's do this by law together as a team.
You weren't guiding your volunteers. I don't have that problem when I have a group of volunteers with me.
Your group of 3. One was a YouTuber that was there to stalk you. That group. Wave on down. Where's he at? I hear him too. 1 second.
I don't have that problem. Yeah, Leo, I'm going there. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be already there. My car's been jammed up in the shop.
When were you supposed to already be there? Has anybody, because I don't watch her, so I can't say for sure or not, but has anybody heard Betty speak on going prior to all the drama with Dolly and JR and Cajun Navy? Maybe I missed it because I don't watch her. So maybe she really did have plans to go. I don't know. But if this is how she be, I'm literally exhausted from listening to her. I can't imagine how she'll be conducting herself.
And it's like one of those things where, like, my car needed to work. I have been running all over this country for 2 years that my car was getting neglected, and it needed maintenance done.
Oh, her car was getting neglected because of the good deed she was doing, running all over the country. Her hundreds of searches
onto it. So I had to stick it in, but the maintenance that needed to be done to it was a lot of maintenance. So it's been there for 2 weeks, getting all this work done to it. And I was supposed to have it back Friday, and I was thinking, okay, great. I'll just get on the road. And then I was supposed to have it back. Like, I'm supposed to be at a meeting right now. I can't even get to my meetings today because I have no vehicle. I've had no vehicle. By the time I get it back, I would have been sitting here for almost a month without leaving this house. Like, I'm not a basement dweller. Okay. This right here.
Is that why you're going stir crazy and you're looking to go fight? Hey, Georgia. Georgia. Is that what's going on, Betty? Are you just house bored? I get it, but don't take it out on everybody else. This is weird behavior, man.
Is driving me nuts. When I'm not out in the field doing true crime, I'm here in my community.
Spitfire.
So it's like I'm always.
Oh, when she's not out in the field doing true crime, she's out in her neighborhood volunteering. Has anybody seen Betty doing any volunteering in her neighborhood? Because people like Betty don't do these things without getting the recognition from it, right? I've yet to see Betty take us to a soup kitchen or, I don't know. Where are you volunteering at in your neighborhood? What are you doing, Betty? What type of volunteering for your neighborhood are you doing? She could have rented a car. Her PTA meetings, you're right. She probably is, actually.
Always with something to do. And trust me, everything I do is not compensated by the work I do. Literally every.
Yes, the guy that fell asleep at the wheel. You want to say it? Right?
Everything I generate to do all of my philanthropy and all of my activism and all of my volunteer work are directly derived by all these social media channels and my true crime. Without the income from these things, I wouldn't be able to do the work that I'm doing. And people don't realize.
Money, money, money. Do you see him?
When you support, like I do so much more than true crime. I'm at my county meetings. I'm at my school board meetings. I have a.
You were right. It's the school board meetings.
A hand in. I know every single one of my county commissioners. My county commissioners know me by name. They know, when I'm in a store, they know who Andrew Griffin is. I'm not Bullhorn Betty to them. I'm Andrew Griffin, Manatee County.
Do you know who you are? Can you distinguish yourself between Bullhorn? You know what, Brittany? Let me show you. Did you see this person? Do you know the difference between who you are, Betty? You're we. My channel, my videos. All right. This is for you, Brittany. Where'd that just go? This is outside of Sebastian's family's home. I know, New Jersey, Robin. Luckily, he did safely make it to a hotel. Nobody else got hurt. A truck does go by. But thankfully, he was safe. But he did deny that this happened. I don't blame him for denying it. Matter of fact, the stream had more likes than it did views, and there was only 4 people in the chat. If you ask me, personally, I believe Dolly is botting himself. I know of another YouTuber that every time he covers something he thinks is trending, he'll bot himself. I think that's what Dolly is doing. I don't believe that he is fully, I don't believe all his views are real. No, the snore was added on by the other person. I don't hear a snore, but let's play it and see. He's mortified. I mean, it's embarrassing.
All right, guys. Riding through the neighborhood. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get me a hotel.
Hey, Johnny. It was, yeah. I don't know if that's who you saw, the male person that drove by, quite a dozen times, but He was at the airport. I get it. But here's my thing, Leo. What is more important, the views or your safety and the public safety? He didn't have to stream his whole way through the airplane in the airport. He could have slept on the flight. You know, there, I mean, luckily nobody was hurt, including himself. But there were so many other things that could have prevented that. And if you're that exhausted, you know, I'm just glad he didn't get hurt. Like I said, I'm not here to see anybody get hurt or it was scary for a lot of people in the, no, not a lot of people in the chat, the few comments afterwards. But luckily he woke up. He woke up. He didn't crash. He didn't hit a kid. He didn't hurt himself. He woke up. But just get some sleep. It was the same person. I figure it was the same person.
Activist to them. And trust me, when I go in there, you know, we don't all get along all the time. And I'm fighting with them right now. And I'm probably going to have to start fighting with my own people to get what I need to get done. And that means.
Well, you see Jones and his wheel goes, you know, like his wheel turns a little bit and then you can hear like a bump get hit. And then he kind of jolts and turns the wheel again and wakes up. But yeah, also shouldn't live stream on flights. That was so rude to all the other flighters. I know. PJ was like, get down and say hi.
Means I've got to go against them to get the work that I need to get done. And these are people that I help put in those chairs. So there's a lot of stuff that I do that people don't know because it's not on. I don't bring it all over to social media.
But you do, and because nobody wants to hear your Karen fucking complaints at the local PTA. You don't even have a child in the school district, and you're fighting. I mean, come on. You just like to be argumentative. That's it. That is it. That is all she is.
But, you know, I can't even do my county work today. I can't do my activism today. I can't do anything.
I'm sure everybody at the county meeting was thanking the good Lord. They were like, woo, she's not going to be here today, guys. You guys are a little behind. You guys are, well, we have a big delayment. Put a 1 in the chat when you hear me. I'm wondering how delayed we all are. He was, and how he wishes he could live in that house, and it had 4-car garage, and yeah, it was nice. I know, Gene. Believe me, I know. Wow, that's a little delay, yeah.
Of my work because I'm down on 4 flat tires.
I'm about 30 to 40 seconds ahead of all of you. Wow. That's a big delayment. The county probably paying the mechanic to take their time on the car. That's a plot. they're the ones that did it. Brittany, can you confirm this for me? There's a rumor going on, and I first seen it at Nancy's. Now I'm hearing it everywhere. There's a rumor that the Proudfoots have cameras that you can see from outside, that their property does have cameras, and they're now claiming they malfunctioned. Did you see that? She said that she thought Dolly was doing what was causing him to not. I don't know. Others gave reasons why. He was recording his flight, his time in the airport where he could have been sleeping. I don't know. Runs marathons around all these others. I don't know how he does it. He's hard to keep up with. Justin showed them on his channel. I just want to ask the neighbor. She would know for sure. Because I feel like they can show any house. I just went back and looked 13 times by my house this morning. Wow. You know, not for nothing, but these YouTubers can show you guys any house and say it's their house and it's their cameras. You know what I mean? 13 times for views.
I'm hoping to get the car back. The new date now is Wednesday. So I'm hoping to have the car back Wednesday. I pray to God I get back Wednesday. I called Justin as soon as I got off the phone with my mechanic. Like I said, they can make a repair.
And money. Why are we still talking about your car, Betty?
Can't see or touch. So I believe that if it was meant to be.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Yes, ma'am. They do have cameras. I don't understand why they lied about it because you can clearly see them. They have more than just one. Thank you so much. Maybe because they're not activated. They're claiming they don't. Like they have cameras, but they're not working, so they just, I don't know. I'll be honest. I feel like the Proudfoots have lied about quite a few things. I mean, obviously, we've all heard the lies, right? There were several lies just told in the Nancy Grace stream. From he's not sure if he even has a job anymore to they're headed to his job. There was a few lies, but I'm not ready to condemn them yet. Are they real cameras, right? Are they the fake ones? I don't know. Right, because they raise money. Yep.
For me to be standing in Tennessee right now, my ass would be standing in Tennessee right now, not hammed up over my car, right? That's the way I look at it. So there's a reason why subliminally something out there in the universe that needs me here. I don't know why, but maybe it's because if I got my car back, maybe I'd have gotten into a bad wreck and wouldn't be here anymore. I don't know. All I know is my car is still in the shop and it's not going to be ready until Wednesday. So I'm not even going to be congested. I don't need
Wednesday, Brittany. Her car won't be ready till Wednesday. Justin's going to search now. I haven't heard that. Has anybody else? Well, John, he had to tell everybody that he needed to go get a motel because you don't plan motels, in advance or anything. You don't plan these things out. No, you got to make sure everybody in the audience knows. Like, you guys all need to know that my son is actually waiting by the door for the ice cream man. That's what I'm saying, Janice. Is there a chance they don't work? Is it ever? That's what the meeting people were saying today.
need money. There's no money. I need the car. I just need my car. I mean, the car, the repairs of the car is like $1,700. I've already given them $1,100. So like literally, I only.
Do you hear her saying, I don't need money? Oh, this is how much money it cost. It is, Cece. You just don't know the lies I've caught. Very disturbing. Oh, Brittany, I wish you were open to talk. I would love to have a conversation with you. But she's trying to get her people to rent a car. She is. That escalated quickly. It always does.
I owe like $500-$600 when I go pick up the car. Like the car's almost paid for.
No, you just said you paid for it. Money's not the issue. Now don't drop us how much you owe.
Still in the shop, and it's not going to be ready until Wednesday. So I'm not even going to be congested. I don't need money. There's no money. I need the car. I just need my car. I mean, the car. The repairs of the car is like $1,700. I've already given them $1,100. So like literally, I only owe like $500-$600 when I go pick up the car. Like the car's almost paid for. I'm just waiting for them. I had to give them a down payment and stuff like that for the repairs, and I pay them in full when I pick it up. And I'm still waiting. So like you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have given them. I love my mechanic. I should.
Is these giving out turd pops yet, or is she still sticking with the less tasty bomb pops? Because bomb pops suck. They're like the great value of popsicles as far as brands and flavors go. Yes, Janice. Yes. Dry bagging would be like, oh, the ice cream man keeps driving by. My son wants some, but I just don't have the money right now. Yeah. There's a lot of people that do it. They do it all the time. Matter of fact, I could do an entire stream just on pointing out dry bagging. It's ridiculous.
Shouldn't say anything. They've always been good to me. They kept my cost down. And what I mean by cost down, they're not giving me cheap work. They're telling me the budget and telling me, they're doing a lot of, they're paying attention to my car. So if they see a repair that's going to be upcoming, they don't let me find it out when the car breaks down. They're telling me, look, you got this repair. Like even my my compressor and my AC. He told me last year, he's like, your compressor's, it's working just fine, but it's aging, and you can tell that it's going to need to be replaced. You need to start saving up money for your air compressor.
Oh my God. So now we got to hear how she needs to start saving up money for the air compressor. This is all. Oh. Woo.
Compressor. It's stuff like that. He's keeping my costs down by warning me ahead of time so I can save the money for the necessary repairs when they come to happen. And I knew the catalytic converter was going. We knew that when we remember that whole trip coming back from Tennessee.
That's how this whole stream has felt. So this right here, whoever asked, yes, this is dry bagging. I got to save up this money, so I got to get this fixed, and my budget, and I spend all my money going out for all of you, so I can do these cases and these boots on the ground. Try to read the replies as they are stated. The job thing. Was he saying he wasn't sure if he was on the scene? So I'm so glad you said that, Tracy Ann, because I argued this over in the comment section. When Nancy asked, first off, he's very intelligent with the way he answers, right? When Nancy asked him, what job were you doing? He said, I was working on the St. Jude's project. She says, are you currently working? And he said, that's up in the air. A little bit later, he says he's headed to work. My opinion, and even when she hesitated to answer what she does, Their whole lives are being dissected. They have people threatening them. Maybe they changed him from job sites. Maybe it's that simple. And they don't want to say it on national news because they don't want that job being at jeopardy. They don't want that job site being a risk. You know what I mean? So I'm with you, Tracy. I felt the same way. I argued that.
We thought that the car was going to blow up.
Do that again.
Keeping my costs down by
Betty's about to show you all what my brain sounds like. My brain looks like listening to her.
warning you ahead of time so I can save the money for the necessary repairs when they come to happen. And I knew the
It's right here. You guys ready?
catalytic converter was going. We knew that when we remember that whole trip coming back from Tennessee. We thought
Yes, that is exactly how we feel listening to you. So we're done with your car talk, Bets. We're going to have to move it along.
Rogers case and the unprofessional behavior of the Cajun Navy. I just wanted to publicly state I will no longer support the Cajun Navy. I will never ask them for anything. I've looked into their past. They seem like they call the cops on a lot of their searchers when their searchers question them about their practices or how.
How many sites has Betty been at? Good morning, Healing. How many sites has Betty been at where the police had to appear, where the police had to be called? A dive team channel, Narc Divers, has called out United Cajun Navy for being scammers. Today's video 4 hours ago. Thank you, Trouble. Somebody, I think that's the one that was emailed to me. Thank you. Right, Gene? They've had a lot of police had to show up to where they were as well, right? If I remember correctly, didn't Dolly get arrested at one of them?
How they're searching. When people become vocal and say that they're not doing stuff right, they try to get them thrown in jail and try to have them have protective orders against them. And so this is why they don't want people recording them, because they're not conducting themselves in a lawful legal manner. That's why they have problems recording.
Thank you.
That's why they have problems with people recording them, because they're encroaching on federal.
They don't have problems with being recorded. They literally said, you can record, please just don't live stream. That's it. It was a request. But listen to what she says here. This is how she contradicted herself. Ready?
Them have protective orders against them. And so this is why they don't want people recording them, because they're not conducting themselves in a lawful legal manner. That's why they have problems recording.
So they have problems recording because they're not conducting themselves in a lawful manner. Now listen to what she says right now, okay?
That's why they have problems with people recording them, because they're encroaching on federal property. They're not watching the property lines. They're not doing proper searches. They're not doing what I don't even know if they have the proper training.
Did anybody hear Cajun Navy tell JR to turn off his camera when he streamed them on the private property? No, right? They didn't say, hey, please don't live stream this. He was allowed to live stream. Exactly, Lisa. Gemini, it is a lie. She's unbearable sometimes. Really unbearable.
To do the work. I'm not SARS trained either, but you know what? I've had training. I'm just not certified. And I can tell you that I don't understand how they don't have control over their.
Did you just hear her? I wonder if they're even certified. And then she goes to say, you're not even certified, bitch.
I don't even know if they have the proper training to do the work. I'm not SARS trained either, but you know what? I've had training. I'm just not certified.
Well, why didn't you get certified after that training? Huh? Shouldn't you, before passing judgment on people's credentials, make sure yours are up to code? Make sure you have all of the credentials you need before you go judging these, right, certifiable, maybe. I mean, again, I don't know what's up with the Cajun Navy. I said it in the beginning, I'll say it again. I believe JR. I don't believe JR is in a position in his career that he would just go making up rumors. I believe there is something valid to what he was saying. What I can't believe is that Betty's jumping on it. What I can't believe is she is suddenly a we with them. Matter of fact, it seems to me those two other little piggies tried really hard to we all the way away from Betty. For Betty to now say that she is part of them. They're not really searching, but we saw them searching. No, they did not find Riley. You were so right about that, Jason. But we saw them searching. because JR was there to film them searching. Well, she even mentions at one point, I'm not jealous. I'm not a jealous person. Well, I just say it.
And I can tell you that I don't understand how they don't have control over their volunteers and their other searchers, but we have credible evidence, and
that's what they stopped to do. They stopped to gather. They stopped to make it more professional. Whoa, slow it down. We need to organize this better. They learned from their mistake and they set out to do differently. Thank you, Cammie. Some people should.
And plenty of corroborating evidence through the news that the Cajun Navy are cop collars on their volunteers. So
she said that like 7 times now.
My suggestion would be, if you want to volunteer, I'm going to be out there. We're going to have a group out there. We're going to be coordinating volunteer efforts.
They actually got a whole group. I'm going to be out there. We're going to be out there. We're going to have a whole group out there. I seen that, Jason. We're going to get to that. Betty and her imaginary friends.
So my suggestion would be, if you want to volunteer, I tell you that I don't understand how they don't have control over their volunteers and their other searchers, but we have credible evidence and plenty of.
Did Betty have control under her volunteers when she found out that one was a YouTuber there to mock her? You didn't even know who your volunteers were. She has, hasn't she, sis? Olivia, Mom, Dolly, and who? Not JLR. He don't want no ties to them. I know, Polish, I know. Big ballers, cop callers.
Corroborating evidence through the news that the Cajun Navy is cop collars on their volunteers. So my suggestion would be, if you want to volunteer, I'm going to be out there. We're going to have a group out there. We're going to be coordinating volunteer efforts.
Who thinks that Betty's going to have an actual group? As we all know, it'd be her, Dolly, maybe Olivia and Mom, right? But she's acting like she's coming out with this whole army, this army of we the people.
Unrelated to the Cajun Navy. We don't want cops involved. We just want to go out there and search for a boy. We're not having pissing contests with nonprofit organizations. They can do their thing. We'll do our.
It does sound like you're having a pissing contest. But it wasn't them that asked people to stop searching. It was actually Seth. I know Batgirl's horrible. This is totally a pissing contest, isn't it? It's Betty and her 5 personalities. Ellen agrees. It's a pissing contest. I don't know what speed to put her on. I just want to get her over with quicker.
Obviously, social media, we seem to have a way of analyzing maps and looking for stuff ourselves, because to be honest with you, social media has proven itself time and time again that we're well able to
You're right,
search and find information and find evidence critical and helpful.
You're right. Or how, Lordy. Has found tears for days on end within a month now. That's what I'm saying, Brittany. I don't know why people aren't comprehending that. Like, for example, Dolly kept saying, where are the people searching? There's nobody searching. I see nobody searching. You're a month in, Dolly. A month late.
And so that's what we are
3 weeks late.
Yeah, and we're almost to 25,000 subscribers, guys.
And there it is, folks. You heard it right there out of her own mouth. She goes from searching with good intent to we're almost to 25,000.
And so that's what we are going to do. Yeah, and we're almost to 25,000 subscribers, guys. If you have not subscribed to the Bullhorn Betty channel, please consider subscribing. We're on our way to 30,000. We had
no thanks. You're not on your way to 30,000. You're on your way to 25. What? Your math don't math. That's what it comes down to. Right there. Boom, bam. Hey, Saints. She brought some subs too. I think a lot of people are buying sleeves. Betty and her multiple personalities. Cajun Navy hasn't been seen searching like they claim they are. That's the saddest part. -1 now, Ellen. Then all I saw Dolly was to get out of his car and walk around searching an empty car park. You guys want to go over to Dolly?
Had some issues last year with a bunch of BS from stupid people that were hindering our ability to grow and causing major financial problems for this channel.
Now, let me ask you. We guys just heard what Betty said, right? She had major issues with people last year that were preventing her ability to grow. What is she doing right now to Cajun Navy? The same thing.
consider subscribing. We're on our way to 30,000. We had some issues last year with a bunch of BS from stupid people that were hindering our ability to grow and causing major financial problems for this channel. But hopefully those things are going to.
So you didn't like your ability to grow and your financial income stunted, but you were so quick to do it to somebody else because you see views in it, right? Seth was really upset last night on News Nation because they wanted him to stop searching. He said he just couldn't do it.
Start subsiding, and as you can tell, we are growing literally on all platforms at full steam ahead. Thousands of people we're generating each and every month by the great content that we are producing. So I just want to thank you all for all your love, your trust, and your support. And we keep doing better. We keep trying to do better. And at the end of
See, I would have believed her. I would have believed her with the whole we're trying to do better. But in this one live stream, Betty, you proved to all of us that you are not. And this one, is she growing by thousands a month? What is it, because people have lightened up on you, Betty, because they thought you were doing better, but you're now right back to the same fuck shit you were? Putting yourself and your ego and your pride and your proud American constitutional rights before the search efforts of a missing child? Nothing has changed except for the bedazzles added to your bullhorn. Thousands. She ain't grown by thousands.
the day, that's what it's about. And we're growing, and we're doing new stuff, and we're getting newer equipment in, and we're going to be producing better stuff. I can't use the Luminex on this trip. I got to get a lens for it. I have an adapter, and I try to use my other lenses for my.
Now she needs a new camera lens for that new camera, folks.
Canon, but a Canon's a mirrored camera, and apparently the lenses, even with the adapter, doesn't work with mirrorless cameras. So I'm not going to be able to. Hopefully, I was going to be able to use my other lenses, but they don't work with this camera really well. They put shadowing and a circle around them, so I will have to get a lens for it. But we'll get a lens over the next month, and then this will be. But we got the camera for the rest.
What are you guys hearing here? Or oh right, and then what she said with Maddie Soto, that the mother was arrested, right? You're right, Jones. At least BHB will get out of the car and go look. You're right. You're right. Probably Coop. Probably. It has to be TikTok. So she got the nice new camera, but now she needs the new lens. She still owes the mechanic $500 to $600. Yeah, that's all I'm hearing too.
Rest of our stuff. So I just got to get the lens for it, and we're going to be out there utilizing the crap out of this. This is a nice camera, guys. I mean, it is amazing. I'm getting so excited about using it. I just can't even tell you. This is probably one of the nicest pieces.
I'm getting so excited about using it, but I can't use it because I don't have the right lens. I give her credit if she went out there 3 weeks ago, perfectly imperfect. I'd give her credit if she went out there 5 days ago. But the fact that she goes out when there's controversy and drama is why I won't give her any credit. Because I don't think it's genuine.
Of equipment that I've had the privilege of owning, and I'm going to utilize the crap out of it. So just thank you to all that contributed to it. It's amazing. It's a blessing, and I can barely use my phone, let alone all the tech stuff. Francis, you are not lying. I'm not a tech person. That's why it was so funny. Remember when I first came out here and everybody's like, oh, she's doing this and she's doing that. And I'm like, do you guys realize I'm not technical? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What is that? Like, I literally had some of the stuff they were saying. I had to go search Google to find out what it meant.
Like what? Like what, Betty? What could that be? What could people have been talking about? Look at that pause. My gosh. She is addicted to controversy. For the boys, Dave and Buster spring break fun or your sanity. Thank you so much, Jet. Seriously, thank you. It's Dave and Buster's has half price games on Wednesdays. She's addicted to controversy. She is, mercy me. She announced BK's arrest, but put out the wrong name in Idaho. I just closed out of my emails too. All right, because I know I have this other video you guys want me to pull up. Let me pull this back up. I want to know what she's talking about. They were judging me, and I said I'm not even technical. This is insane. Oh, Angel Chips. Our guy took a turn, so he didn't even come down to us.
They're accusing me of doing it. I'm like, what? How do you do? And I'm like, how do you do that? So I'm having to research how to even do something, right?
Like how do you get out of bed and set yourself up properly if you want to be taken as a professional and insult people that are actually out of their beds, fully dressed, doing something? Oh my golly, she gets on my nerves.
How to even do something. Let's go get some coffee, shall we? Let's go get some coffee. Warm Betty's up. Come up. I didn't want to get out of bed.
You need coffee? Lord.
I still don't want to get out of bed. I'm depressed over my car. I'll be honest with you. Like I just want to be there, you know?
So you're not depressed over your car. You're depressed over the fact that you're missing the dramas. Is that some welts?
My hot mess of my kitchen table. My table's messy. I got flour out. I got water out. I need to clean up this hot mess. But I don't want to put this in the fridge. Just my potatoes and my onions and my butter. And I made some.
We don't give a fuck about your onions and potatoes and butters. We don't care. This is insane. Thank you so much, Perfectly. You are so appreciated the way you go through every chat and make sure you drop this information. I sincerely appreciate that. She sounds like Ernie. If she had resources, she could find the missing. Right. Make it decaf, please. We do still have the ice cream truck, Mr. Softy. Has Betty found? Like Laura says, I'll wait. Oh, didn't they find planted evidence? The fake plastic knife outside the church, the water bottle. It is predictable at this point. Certainly is.
Shrimp. I don't know. One of the things, ICU, did you get my recipe? I was talking to ICU yesterday, and she was talking to me about Justice for All, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm shredding my block of cheese.
You know what? I give Betty credit, though. I give anybody credit that puts themselves on camera in these vulnerable positions. I give credit for that because it's not easy to do. And people are going to tear it apart. They're going to stop at every scene, and they're, the Baldwin and this and that. So they tear people apart. So I give her credit for not giving a shit. Yeah, she has a lot on her Amazon list. Hey, Kayla. It depends what's on the list, though. I don't usually judge wish lists because they are just for, your wishes. But
making Alfredo, that's all that's left of my block of cheese for my people don't believe I make my own Alfredo sauce from scratch. I do. This is Parmesan. There's the rind on it. There, can't you read it? Parmesan. It's I use a Romano Parmigiano. It's a little more expensive than just Parmesan cheese, but it has.
You're begging for money to fix your car. Okay, but you have money to make your own sauce. So, price of groceries is insane. Insane. I don't even buy name brand sauce anymore. Camera laptops, phones that she got from her people. So odd. Yep. So here's the video a lot of you were mentioning about Cajun Navy. BHB and Dolly went to Fruitland, Idaho to interview Brandy Neal. They said they were there to help. Dolly came with a huge yellow sign for Michael, and BHB came empty-handed. Brandy had to give her flyers. He's coming again. You know what else I didn't like? Did anybody else hear Dolly make a joke that he brought a cone with him? Because a cone got JLR 100K subs. Hold on 1 second. I got to wave down the ice cream man. I'm so sorry. I played this video.
What's happening, y'all? It's Trey Narc Divers. I told you all I'm not really here to make friends. I'm here to build a team, work with people with the same mindset. So when we were down in Nashville, Tennessee, Ronnie, Brothers Underwater Recovery, Integrity Canine Services, and myself were up on the bank doing our due diligence, checking out the ground, checking out vantage points, looking into the waterway. We were approached by the TikTokers and News Nation. They asked us why we were there, what we were doing, what our game plan was. We told them, and then they asked us if they could come on Ronnie's Brothers Underwater Recovery's boat. And Ronnie said, well, we really don't have the room. We're trying to do our search. They were very persistent, and they asked if could they meet us at the boat ramp we were going to be deploying from, and we exchanged contact information. We deployed from the boat ramp that we went to, Shelby Park boat ramp. We're doing our search. We did our search, then we looked at the vantage points, found out where he possibly could have went in at, right? We go back to get our dive gear. They're at the boat ramp. They end up on the boat, no harm, right? They gave us some information for Riley's dad, and then we went back with the cameraman, and the man from Mr. Flag, Cajun Navy, was present on the bank, ironically, right? He was not there the entire morning when we were there, but he could have been anywhere else, right? So just an uneasy feeling that we got. So I'm just going to play this clip from a different news company or news station. We have several watercraft. That's flag from Cajun Navy, right? He's saying we have several watercraft. What you're seeing is the cameraman from News Nation. You got Ronnie operating the boat. You got the K9 and Integrity K9 Services, correct? And then they're filming this, portraying this as it's Cajun Navy. So,
oh, I never ran so fast in my life. That's the only time I run. Gotta get the ice cream, man. Dakota's making a joke. When Danilo Cavalcante was missing, they had a cone set up. And the cone was set up to, for the police. And JR basically sat in front of the cone. So a lot of his footage was of the cone. And the cone became infamous in the joke. The cone was like flopping over and, so there was even audit accounts based on the cone. That's how, how shown it was. So people in Dolly's were making jokes like, what about the cone and blah, blah, blah. And Dolly responded back that he has a cone. Yes, running bear. And then he goes, no, I'm being serious. I brought a cone with me. This is the dive team who searched for Riley. This is Cajun Navy is taking credit saying they found Riley. And this guy is proven that they didn't, if I'm understanding the emails correctly. Yes, Rainey. That's why I said I trust JR. I don't think he's going to go this far with what he's saying. Bar popcorn. They have strawberry shortcake like topping now. Oh, so good.
As they orchestrated
Eileen the cone,
out,
yes.
supposedly, right? And then you have this.
They went missing, and the flow rate has significantly reduced as well.
So you got him talking a bunch. I got to be careful what I play and don't play for copyright reasons.
Is a relative.
You got me, Integrity K9
Slower than
Services.
it was, but
no way. Looking beyond. Hey Tracy. So here's the link to this guy's channel. Pull out cones yesterday, making a joke off the search. I did not see he actually did that. So Dolly actually pulled out the cones. Wow.
And you got Ronnie operating the boat, the cameraman, and we're getting ready to deploy, right?
Me too, Gemini.
Well,
Hey,
that's my
Copa.
next question. When you say that the river's down, is that helpful? Because there's presumably more embankment that you could.
So they go on to spiel, yada yada. And they go on.
Not too sure what
And then
we're
she
watching
says-
I'm
yet
just looking
either.
at the pictures of divers in the water. I understand
Divers,
you started,
plural,
diving
right?
Saturday. Where do you even begin diving? Like, what is it?
It's
that
kind
would
of common
plant
sense
that
on where you
flag
would start
and
searching and
determine-
diving. And then she says, why would you plant that flag? The flag.
Do you remember, Polish? He told me he would. Well, he lied. He got a press pass for the cone. I saw the cone, no idea what it was about, though. So it was making a mockery out of the murderer who was on the loose here. At the time, because people were, kind of just staring at this cone, it became a joke. To keep it as a joke is not funny. No, he did fall asleep looking beyond. He actually fell asleep.
Flag is there so I don't get ran over by a boat for the second time of my life. It's not planting a flag. That flag's for me so I don't get ran over. It's kind of common sense.
Oh, he's a diver.
They found the debit cards, credit cards right there at the location, right?
So the gentleman on the screen was one of the water divers there at the scene. Okay. So that's why he's insulted, because they're taking credit for the work I guess he did. Am I understanding this correctly? Do you want to see the video looking? Get away, Nelly. Yeah, he fully fell asleep. Coming in. Let's see them now. Okay, that's good. Sorry if you were accidentally, get down, Nelly. If you were accidentally timed out. I see you, St. Roxall. Okay. Dang, Nellie's trying to get my ice cream. I can't even enjoy it. He was scared. He didn't pull over and take a nap or anything, but he did make it to a motel safely. Nobody got hurt. She just licked some of it. She's not getting any more. So again, this guy over here is one of the actual searchers and is pointing out that Cajun Navy lied. Baited by United Cajun Navy scams. News Nation used us for Cajun Navy agenda. Go give this guy a thumbs up. So maybe there is a lot of press, bad press against the Cajun Navy. I just get confused because there's so many different ones. Again, I'm going to trust that JR did his homework. He was very confident in what he was saying. Matter of fact, he straight up said, you know, sue me. Sue me for it. So he stands by what he's saying. As far as Dolly and JR go, or Betty goes, I feel like they're just trying to get in on it. I feel like they're trying to get in on the drama. Nothing more. I mean, the way Dolly spoke of them and the things he was saying, it was insane.
And I couldn't spell Cajun right. One, I don't have my glasses on. Okay. I don't have my glasses on. If you notice.
Do you really think Dolly spelled it wrong? Here's the link, guys. Because he didn't have his glasses. Because Dolly spells a lot of things wrong. Does your cat stay awake this whole bus ride? That little kid never stops moving. I know. I got to find a way to like put it to sleep halfway through. Dolly's often spelling things wrong. Did he spell Sebastian's name wrong as well? Because he didn't have his glasses? I mean, come on. That's what I can't figure out looking beyond. Did poor Seth not know that he was contacting the wrong ones? He said, bad press is good press. He loves that they post them on their Facebook. I knew that. I felt that way, sis. You know why? Because Molly Go Lightly and JR did the same thing. JR said Betty actually said he was brilliant. Welcome, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Betty said JR was brilliant for pretending to be the uncle of the school. You know what? Oh, I don't have ad revenue on. School shooter. Yeah. Brilliant for that, she says. Because it got his name out there. And look at him now. I thought he did too, church. Oh, that button gets stuck.
Those fucking women going.
Because JLR said he was going to sue to be doing. Because then they would get having a problem. And they know that what.
Them.
They don't want the truth to get out. They don't want the people to know that what really goes on with their organization. That's why they don't want cameras. They're having a.
Doesn't that sound like the same thing Betty's now saying? They don't want the truth. They don't want cameras. No, they don't want live streaming. That's it. That's it. That's all.
Problem. They're mad about everybody with the cameras because they don't want to be on camera. Okay, they don't want to be on camera because then they would get shown for what they are. You know, they're this non-profit organization and they ain't doing what they say they're supposed to be doing.
Is that the problem you all took when Eileen came out there? You didn't want people seeing what you all weren't doing? Thank you. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Not true. Right. And who's repeating that? Good old Betty is repeating it as truth. Is it that hard to understand? They don't want people streaming dead bodies of children if found. I agree, Anna Marie. Brilliant definitely isn't the word. No, I would have chosen for that stunt. Absolutely not.
That's my opinion. You know, they're not flagging JLR because JLR said he was going to sue him. Okay, they're flagging me. Okay, so they're flagging my videos. So I want.
Again, they're not even flagging his videos. I've seen them, Evil Twisted. They're nuts. Tracy looked. I looked. I don't know if Joneson ever looked. Hey, Jane. But we can't find any tweets of them flagging him down or encouraging people to flag him down or even reporting him to Team YouTube. Now, they might have hurt his pride when they insulted him and said he can't even spell correctly, but I don't know. Thank you, Michael. Welcome. Right, Sebastian Roberts. When he was walking around the neighborhood instead of Sebastian Rogers. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Get this in the algorithm. We have a neighbor in the chat. We need more neighbors to see this and to be prepared for what is entering their neighborhood. I'm happy we were able to give Brittany a little education and heads up about what's heading her way. I feel like the entire neighborhood needs a bullhorn screaming, watch out for the bullhorn. If they were there for the right reasons, they would have said, without a doubt, we can search, but we can't live stream. Of course, no problem, sir. Where are we headed today? That's simple. Right, was that on his glasses too? Hey, Tamara, it's good to see you. They would never say, no, I'm leaving. I'm going to spend most of my time filming, sitting down, complaining about you because you won't let me film the search.
Won't say nothing else about them, guys. And then you know this, they won't get no support, right? We will blow them up on the internet. They want everybody to know who they are. They'll know who they are. That is for sure, okay?
Oh,
but
wow.
Their moves, what they're doing today, trying to attack YouTubers instead of out searching for this kid. You got time?
Now, I found this to be so ironic. Listen to what Dolly says here. First off, they're not attacking YouTubers. They simply said no.
Their moves, what they're doing today, trying to attack YouTubers instead of out searching for this kid. You got time to be flagging stuff. You got time to be looking for this little kid.
Now, what are you doing, Dolly? Instead of starting trouble with the searchers, you got time to be out there looking for this kid too. Oh, you're local as well, sis. Wow. Sis says, I saw a YouTuber stop to buy a hoodie at Dick's Sporting Goods today. Oh, maybe you were just watching a stream. And to Hardee's for breakfast. None of these people are searching. It's so funny. And then you have people zooming in on the Proud Fuss out to eat. They're traveling. Can they not eat? Or are we not allowed to eat anymore? What do people want? Do they want the parents to be like withered up little, sitting in a corner, depressed, wasting away? They can't eat. They can't smile. They didn't cry hard enough. They smirked there. That's just crazy.
This is a free land. We can record everything. I agree with that. There's no reason. If you don't want to be on camera, you got something to hide. So I took down my video from this morning that said it was a scam because they done flagged it and sent it to YouTube.
No, they didn't.
So that's the kind of game they're playing. Then, I hate to say it. I guarantee you this. You're going to.
Well, I will say this because this I know without a doubt. Dolly was asking for help in the name of the haters because we all know the haters hate when we get money. Come on, that's another way to initiate your audience to donate. Every hater hates, every person who has somebody that dislikes them, that person that dislikes them hates to see them doing good. Whether it's through viewers, thumbs up, subscribers, or making money. But Dolly said, make the haters mad and donate for us to go to CrimeCon. And his goal was 3,000. Dolly reached 3,000, so he raised it to 5. You really need 5,000 to go to CrimeCon? You're able to hop and go over, come to Pennsylvania for Danilo. You're able to go to New York. You're able to be there. And he raised it an extra 2,000 after he met the goal. Instead of just being thankful, he met that goal. He raised it. I know, Jazz, a little disappointing. Thank you so much, Patrish. Right. Then if he gets to 5K, we'll make it 8K, right? He flies around the country, go on weed vacations, and sits in a car or a hotel bitching about the heat and mosquitoes. I've noticed that a lot too. I don't know about the weed, but I've noticed that he does a lot more sitting around and bitching than he does, working. Yes, 5K. 5K. Maybe I'll go ahead and donate $5 so he'll put my name on the shirt.
You hadn't attacked YouTubers when it's all said and done. Okay. You picked a battle with the wrong people, is what you did. Okay.
Watch out for the
we make sure we clown you for the rest of existence. Okay. For the rest of existence. Every little thing you've ever done will be brought out on YouTube. All right. So
It's so ironic because, you know, Betty, JR, Dolly, they've all had a lot of pushback, haven't they? And yet they're so confident that they now stand so honored within their communities that they can now do that to others. That was to get to Crime Con altogether, I think. Like that included everything, Coop. I said, help us get to Crime Con, I'm pretty sure.
So you flag my videos, report whatever you want to report. I took it down, but that ain't going to stop it. That ain't going to stop everybody from knowing. Thousands of people have watched some videos. Thousands got the message. And right now, them thousands are spreading the message. I don't have to spread the message anymore. Okay? I don't have to say nothing about them.
Thousands. Have you guys seen thousands of people spreading the message? No, not by you, Dolly, and your botted views. Maybe through JLR, but certainly not through you. I mean, him and Betty, they really think they're like all the way up there. It's quite impressive. I'm looking for that clip. Okay. Here's one. This is Dolly explains his point of standing outside Quentin's home for days. Okay, you guys ready to hear this? Outside of Quentin Simon's home for days.
We would just want justice, general awareness. What is the point in standing outside of the home for days? I ain't stood out here for days. I was just sitting down. Okay. You can say, hey, what's the point of sitting out there for days? Because I want to see this girl go to jail there. Rap. Okay. That's why I'm standing out here. You know how you stand out in front of a concert to get a PlayStation 5? This is like a PlayStation 5, but this girl's going to jail. Okay. I want to be here to see it.
It's, you know how you stand outside a concert to get a PlayStation 5? I've never stood outside a concert to get a PlayStation 5, but he is comparing the crime and the justice of a baby to a PlayStation 5. That makes sense, right? So that was Quentin Simon. And then where's the one where he asks, can a child go missing in Hawaii? What's the other one? Can a child go missing in Hawaii? I can't find the other clip. I do have this one. This is a little clip of what they did outside of Quentin Simon.
Your ass, bitch. I have you tripping at this bitch like ketchup. Oh, this motherfucker, you mad.
Mom.
You know where that baby at? That's why you mad, bitch.
This is what these neighborhoods turn to when these people are in town, especially when they're all together. Oh, it was? Today was Twinkles? I didn't even know that. Wow. None of them covered it. No, of course not. The ones that dedicated all their time out there. Of course they didn't.
I said what I had to say. You guys know. Y'all take it everywhere. Y'all take that and run it everywhere of what these people are down here doing. Okay? So I don't want to search with these people. I don't want to have nothing to do with these people. I want to be searching with real people. If there's any locals down here today that want to get together and make a search party, get with me, okay? And we will do that. But we are.
You know what's crazy? Dolly says that a woman and her child approached him and they wanted to go search. And he spent more time telling them about Cajun Navy than saying to them, okay, let's go search together. He is hysterical, Patricia. He's a very funny guy. I just don't think his intentions are real with being on the scene for these cases. That's all.
Not taking part in any kind of fuckery like that. None whatsoever. These people should be absolutely 100%, without a doubt, ashamed of themselves. Ashamed of themselves. This is a baby. When you're screaming and cussing, telling people you're going to put them in jail, they're here to look for a baby. Right there.
And you're doing the same thing. That's the irony. Everything they are saying and complaining about projects right back to them. You're saying the same thing. You're cursing at people that are out here searching for a baby.
This is a baby. When you're screaming and cussing, telling people you're going to put them in jail, they're here to look for a baby. Right there.
So how's that any better than what you're complaining about? That's the irony in the whole thing is they're all contradicting themselves. None of them are really there for Sebastian.
That's what you get.
It's now for the drama.
Oh my!
And then, because this stream wasn't enough, then he does this one.
I don't know. I guess trying to get them taken down on YouTube is what.
And this is where they spelled it wrong. Sebastian Rogers Hunt. You should capitalize that boy's name. It's not a hunt. It's a search. You're not looking for a convict this time. You don't need a fucking cone with you. It is a search for a missing child. Do not let Cajun, spelled wrong, Navy, look for me. Not even looking. 53 thumbs up.
He's saying. I'll probably go look on Twitter real quick and.
Been a crazy one. Been a crazy one. I see y'all starting to jump in now. Okay. Good morning, guys. So I'm down here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. So I go out yesterday looking for little Seth Rogers. I go around the neighborhood. I went to the construction site. I went to where they were meeting, all the different things. This is what I'm seeing going on here.
That's what I said. He's not a baby, Kit Kat. He probably doesn't say his name because he's not sure which child he's doing today. Completely immature, Christina. And no, sis, all I saw myself was him drive around and show the properties like it was an episode of TLC. The Home Network. I seen him search for his glasses. I seen him search for his phone. Hey, Karina. Little Seth Rogers. Hunt like an Easter egg, like a squirrel. He buys junk that breaks. Maybe that's why he's saying all their toys are junk. The toys that help.
Since I've been here, I haven't seen the Cajun Army do nothing more than sit in the parking lot with their boat. That's it. They give press conferences.
The Cajun Army, he just said. The Cajun Army.
I've been here. I haven't seen the Cajun Army do nothing more than sit in the parking lot with their boat. That's it.
You don't even know who you're cursing out, sir. Right, little Seth Rogers was 6'5". Thank you, Wonder Woman.
To give press conferences. I haven't seen any of these people out here searching for this boy. And let me tell you, some of the not very nice people, okay? Not very nice, rude.
How can you see them searching from inside your motel room? Right, he also sat in the parking lot. Right, Kit Kat, how can he say anything for exactly? Busted, it's just bust a move. You got it right. That's all this is.
As people, these people that ride these airboats and they think they're the police. Okay, well, let me tell you, bro, you ain't the police. You're no different than me. You're just a dude out here searching. That's it. Right? You're just a dude out here searching.
No, that's not it. That's Snoopy. That's what I can't. I don't know which one is the ones they're talking about. Again, I know others don't, but I trust JLR has done his research. I'm going with what he said. But I don't know who's who.
That is an asshole. Okay, you're just an asshole out here searching. If anything, you're running people off that would help look for this kid. Okay?
And you're just an asshole out there searching because you're searching for content. And again, Dolly wanted the dramatic scene of, dozens and dozens of searchers out in the fields and the police and the SWAT. That's what he was hoping to get. And it's not what he's able to get. So now he's having a tantrum. I trust that he did his research before he went out here and publicly said what he said about them, Georgia. I do. Because I feel like he's come so far in his channel and everything. I don't think he would he doesn't usually do drama on his channel. So I don't know.
Okay? That would look more than y'all are looking. One, the kid ain't in the water. Okay? Nobody was on a lake. Okay? There ain't no river around. But these people out here thinking they the Don Mega of child searching. Okay? Like, get real. Where's EquiSearch? Can somebody please call EquiSearch and get some real searchers out here? Like,
EquiSearch searched there twice, Dolly. You should know that as much as you've spoken on this case.
People that are really qualified to search for missing kids, because that's what I would like to see. I would like to go out this morning. It's raining this morning. It's raining pretty good right now, cloudy. I like to go out there and see some EquiSearch out here searching for these kids. We got a bunch of redneck idiots that want to play on.
Isn't that ironic too? A bunch of redneck idiots. Hey, sober pug. Bunch of redneck idiots.
I like to go out there and see some EquiSearch out here searching for these kids. We got a bunch of redneck idiots that want to play on toys and be assholes and not look for a kid. They're not even looking.
It's almost like they're talking about themselves. Him and Betty. It's hysterical. Karina, thank you so much. I did watch it, Georgia. There was a lot of inconsistencies. Absolutely, Snoopy. Subs, just do your research before you decide to give money to a group. There are so many people out there looking for money, and they are all not on the up and up. Absolutely. Hey, Night Stalker.
There's not one team of them out in the woods anywhere around here. There's not, hey, would you see them searching? No. Some of the locals don't even know they're here. Okay, like what the? Oh, we took part in the Rogers thing. I'm thinking that shit's a scam. When you look into the people, motherfuckers, they pay their child support. Listen, pay your child support before you go looking for other kids. Okay, you out here not even taking care of your own kids, looking for kids. Make that
make sense. I've been saying that about a lot of these true crime so-called channels. Some of them don't see their kids. They're not allowed to see their kids. They lost custody of kids, but they're out here judging parenting. And it cracks me the fuck up. Hey, Bernadette. Find a clip of Dolly and Betty on the four-wheelers in Savannah. Ooh, I'll have to search.
That shit makes sense. That'd be the last thing any of them dudes are asshole to me. You say something else to me again, you ain't the police, okay? You ain't to walk up and say something to me again. I dare somebody. I even dare you. I dare you. So
why? What are you gonna do? You gonna fight them? What did JR just put out? You gonna fight them? Oh, the Proudfoot spotted. So JR is now hunting for the Proudfoots because there's no longer good footage of covering the search, right? They can't do that now. So he's done searching for Sebastian himself now. So now he's out searching for the parents. Ain't that interesting? Not good enough content out there anymore. So yeah, he was really there to search for Sebastian. Yeah.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. Where is 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers?
I don't know.
Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee, vanished around February 26, 2024, maybe the 25th. Katie Proudfoot, Christopher Proudfoot, prime suspects in my eyes when it comes to this case. And we've been following it extensively, boots on the ground. I am in Mississippi.
Ruby Frank gave lots of parent advice on YouTube. Look at that. Facts, Love and Laundry. Sis says, how do these people have so much money and time to do this crap? Well, JR has no children, and he's making at least 20, 25 to 30K a month off of YouTube. That's how he's able to do it. Dolly's able to, get the sweet audience to pay for everything. T-Rev's children were on another channel. I don't agree with hosting creators' children. I mean, their mother was as well, so the mom gave permission. It still felt very invasive for me. I don't like when people get into other creators' real lives, but it broke my heart. It broke my heart. And the one looked just like T-Rev. The one looked just like him. And he's denying them publicly on YouTube where they can hear. That tells me all I need to know.
There has been a Proudfoot spotting in Mississippi. And I want to show you what's going on. They're at a campground in Mississippi.
Oh, you guys didn't see that? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen T-Rev's kids on a stream with their mother. I'm curious if anybody else saw that. Oh, wrong video. So we're just stalking. You didn't see it. Wow.
Yes, Yogi Bear Campground. Right on the other side of the border of Tennessee and Mississippi, close to Memphis. Now let's talk about Sebastian Rogers.
Do you think maybe the parents left because they're being threatened? I mean, honestly, how many of you would stay? A lot of people didn't see it. It was devastating. They're both teenagers. It wasn't his platform. He denies them. Perfectly imperfect. Denies them, doesn't pay child support. The poor kids literally cried. A teenage boy and a teenage girl with their mother. It was really sad. Give me 1 second. See if I can pull it up. So, yeah, I mean, if I was the parents, I'd be scared to stay alone if I was the mother. And to be honest, I'd be angry that YouTube made me feel like I couldn't be at the home in case my son came back. Would you, Cyber? There's a lot of threats, man. I don't know. I'd like to say I would, but I'd be terrified at the same time. I would think I'd stay and have somebody come stay with me. But I can also understand why if she didn't have somebody to stay with her, she would leave. What's his name? Here it is. I normally wouldn't like posting things like this, but find it. I wonder if he took it down. If he did, I'll send him an email and look for it. Play the videos.
A lot of people are a little bit mad right now that the stepfather and the mother have fled or left their Henderson, Tennessee area home, while Sebastian's biological father, Seth Rogers, and volunteers are out there searching, looking, all in the woods of Hendersonville, Sumner County, and a lot of locations between Hendersonville, which is right outside Nashville, and Memphis, where Christopher Proudfoot worked as a crane operator. He said at St. Jude's Hospital. We went there, boots on the ground. They're actually.
Maybe that's why he's no longer at the site. Here's the video. Again, it's invasive. I normally would never co-sign anything like that, but the mother was involved. I know. I just, if you want to go see it, I just dropped the link. I don't know. I don't condone it, is what I can say. But I understand why it was done.
Actually doing a lot of construction. Sebastian could be out there somewhere. He even could be in Mississippi. And I say that because it's interesting about this case. We've been following every meticulous detail, every interview we've been listening to. And the Proudfoot spoke to Nancy Grace. And in that interview, Chris Proudfoot, the stepfather, admitted that he hasn't taken a polygraph. Interesting. Katie says she did and she passed. That's interesting.
Now, he did say on another channel when asked, he said all three took polygraphs. So he did change his answer there. President of CNN said that please say something to the fact that things will be coming out very soon. I heard that. I did hear that. Yeah, Eric, it was disappointing, man. He is evil twisted. This is why I don't agree with going after the parents. They are innocent until proven guilty, despite how you feel. What is chasing the parents down going to do? Well, like physically chasing them down, I agree. I don't think that's necessary. If you want to have a conversation on why you think the parents are guilty and the red flags you're seeing, that I understand. Coming to conclusions on how or why you think the crime took place, that I don't understand. That doesn't need to happen. Well, remember the stepfather said you look more guilty if you turn down an interview?
Where was Christopher Proudfoot during the early morning hours of February 26th or in the late night of the 25th? And is it?
I got worried about that, Tracy. Yes. All right. So I'm glad you said that because I seen somebody make a comment. I almost got mixed up. T-Rev is different than Trev. Trev is the very polite, smart, amazing, younger creator that is generally trying to help these cases. He's going to do great things. He is doing great things. He is not T-Rev. Completely different person. I kind of get that vibe too. I do. The way he called 911, the way he takes over the conversations and the interviews. You would think she'd be speaking more since she was the one home. So it is a little uncomfortable. I'm sadly waiting to hear what comes out. Trev Time is a sweetie. He is. I know, Kelly Dime. Anyway, sounds like this is just going to be JR kind of rambling and stalking the family, the parents. Again, he's now, hunting the parents because, well, like I said, they're not able to get the content they want with the searches anymore. It tells you if they were really there for the searches, right? The police have not arrested them and they are innocent at the moment. What is chasing them going to do and how does that help? I agree with you. I completely agree. No. And you know what, Miss TBB? We also have to remember to, realize which part is true crime and which part is trauma. Because I think a lot of the mistake comes in. People think they're in a true crime community, but they're not. It's trauma. It's drama mixed with true crime. I bet he had to go back to work. The bank doesn't care why you can't pay your mortgage, even if your kid is missing. Sadly, that's so true. Me too, Wonder Woman. If we can end the stream with putting some prayer hands in the chat for Sebastian's hopeful, safe return home. This is T-Rev's channel. He gives daily updates on Sebastian. He sticks to the facts, no speculation. He's gone about it in a very professional way. I'm grateful that I can tune in to T-Rev. I'm sorry, Trev. Oh, Tracy. And to Trev and get factual information without all the speculation. Look, optimism. I was wondering that too, sis. I was definitely wondering that too. Seems to be the trend is to follow him. Thank you all for having the prayers. At the end of the day, despite our personal feelings of these pieces of shit that turn every case into a circus, it is up to us to not fall into the circus. It is up to us to keep the facts of the case, the facts, and keep the child or the missing person the focal point. Idiots like them, they want to be the focus. They want to be the focal point. I'm not going to get caught up in their dramas this time around. I was doing this stream, wanted to do this stream. It was infuriating to hear them turn this case the same way they have. It's infuriating to hear Betty looking and hoping to go down there, not to search or find Sebastian, but to find trouble. She wants them to push her. She wants them to confront her. JR rolled out. He's now hunting down the parents. You know? What does that make you think? What are they there for? But as the viewers and the subscribers, it is what you tune in for that they will keep up with. So just remember, at the end of the day, it is a 15-year-old child, Sebastian, that's not home right now. I don't care about Betty in her car and her need for a new camera lens. I don't care about Dolly blaming, the misspelling of words that he's done for years now and not having his glasses. Lying about falling asleep. Bitching and complaining about the Cajun Army. He don't even know who he's complaining about at that point. It's not about all that. It is about Sebastian. Thank you all for being here with me today. I'm going to go get some Tylenol. And I hope to see you all back here tomorrow. I hope you have a nice, safe, warm Tuesday. Hug your children. Love on your family. And remember, Sebastian Rogers, missing since February 26, 2024, Hendersonville, Tennessee, age 15. Thank you, Perfectly Imperfect. If you haven't, will you please hit the thumbs up? Let's make sure we can try to warn as many people as we can, such as Brittany, a neighbor here, of what is entering her neighborhood. I don't think so, Tashi. Mainly. Look how she wrote it. The Cajun Army. For those who are unaware, the Cajun Navy is out searching. I don't know what branch it is. I don't know if they're credible. I don't know anything. But I do know at the end of the day, when it comes down to donations, I rather mine go to those who are qualified, who are out there seeking and searching, not just the headliners, not just the clickable ones, not just the trended names, that I would those who aren't. They're not qualified. They're not out there for the small names that don't make the headlines. I thought so too, Southern Gal, but I wasn't sure. But he said there's no water. All right, my friends. Speaking of water, can we please keep prayers that they find the little 6-year-old girl who's missing near me? I know she likely will not be found alive, but I do pray they find her so that she can have a proper burial and her family can have some comfort, if there is any to be had. We got to be more active in our kids' lives, man. It's sad. All right, everyone. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for the prayers, and I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great night.